expletive.
No more expletives, please.
Bro,
Hello. Welcome back to Open Dragons. I'm here with some new faces, some old faces, some really old faces. All right. Today, you're going to let you wonder who's who there. All right, so we're going to be jumping into some DeadAir seasons today as a quick one-shot. And this is new to all of us. There's probably going to be mistakes here. I'm probably going to stop to read up on something a couple of times. We'll roll with it. We'll have a bit of fun. And let me just make sure. Everyone give me a quick audio check there for me if you want to start with Lob.
Hello.
It sounds good.
Does it sound okay?
Liam?
Hello. Yeah.
Don't be shy now. Don't be shy. Rock.
Hello. How are we?
And last but not least, Pooples.
Hello.
Lovely. Hey, happy hate Traveler. That's the story. Okay. So once again, some slight themes of horror. Essentially, the setting is going to be in a Last of Us like setting where a blight has taken over and ruined civilization. We are about 10 years after the point where civilization has fallen, and there are pockets of communities left around the country. So a lot of similar to The Last of Us in the sense of the blight is a fungus, so the fungus has kind of taken over and it's modified different humans in certain ways, but some instances it has like a nice relationship with other animals, and some instances has caused them to evolve into creatures that you wouldn't even know what they look like. Okay, so some slight themes maybe of horror, maybe not crazy, but a little bit of body horror, that sort of thing, but nothing too mad. Okay, let's jump into it. You all ready? All fastened in? Okay. Let me know if you can. Gonna play a little bit of audio. Let me know if you can't hear it. Which one is it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
All good?
I hear wet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Spooky. Ambience. So, a dark evening. Not fully nighttime just yet. There's some rain falling. A lot of the shots in this are going to be I'm going to describe them as if we're kind of seen in a camera as well. It kind of plays to a little bit more of the cinematic style. Dark woodlands. It zooms in on a puddle. You see the pitter-patter of rain droplets as they splash into this puddle. You can tell the droplets get heavier and faster. This rain is picking up. All of a sudden, a foot splashes through this, running, sprinting. You hear the heavy breathing, chests going in, out, in, out. You can see the fatigue on this character's face, sprinting through these woodlands. You hear distant shouting in the background. Some dogs barking. Oh, that already gets up. You hear some dogs barking in the distance. Liam, describe who we see sprinting.
Ooh.
So, my character's name is Jeffrey Thomas, and I'm a middle-aged man who's come from a small town. Used to be a wrestler in my little area.
I'm so sorry to cut you off, Liam, but someone in chat is a Trumpler in chat is saying that only horse can be heard.
How could you, horse?
What?
Hello?
Really?
Hello.
Oh, the music.
Oh.
Trumpler. Okay, my bad. Sorry,
it's just rainfall. Can you hear rainfall, Trumper? It should be for roll 20. Thank you, though. And I'd rather just check that out now. But can you hear rainfall happy? Yeah, that's the audio. Like, that's where the music is. Yeah, he does. Okay, cool. Let's go. Sorry, Liam. Continue.
Okay, cool. So, Jeffrey Thomas, middle-aged man. I've been, kind of running from my last group that I was with, and pretty much my wrestling background, small town, a little bit aggressive, but I've got a little bit of long hair, and I'm a little bit muscly, and I'm just running through this forest for what reason I don't know.
You're about to find out. Just ahead of Jeffrey. Lob, describe your character for us.
Oh, you think she would be ahead? Okay.
Alright, okay. Lob, describe your character.
In front of Jeffrey, you would see a mid-50s woman. She's about maybe 5'8". She's a little bit heavier, not like very heavy, but just a little bit heavier. As you get into your 50s. She's got like graying, dark brown hair that's kind of tied back or braided back into a French braid. You can definitely see that the last 10 years have aged her. She definitely looks war-torn and done in with the world. And she kind of looks like she's wearing scrubs. So...
Nice. Very nice.
But she's running. If she's ahead of Jeffrey, she's Terminator going through it.
Like
So-
a gazelle.
So Jeffrey and Iona, the two of you stop just a little bit ahead amongst some trees, and you look behind you, and you see two more figures running up, not too far behind you. Rock, tell us what. And Rock, your character is actually carrying something as well. Some large, kind of bulky wraps in a bit of a bag.
Is it me? Pooples in
It's
the bag.
purples in the bag.
My name is Sam Lachlan. I'm a workshop mechanic. Well, I was anyway in the good times. Pretty much, I'm like really cool and stuff. No, sorry. I'm like a survival enthusiast. So I like to focus on hunting on the weekends when I was younger and again growing up. So I have some sort of survival aspect in that. I was kind of really like isolated, but anyway now present. I'm short, kind of greyish black hair with a bit of a rugged beard. It does need a bit trim in some parts. I'm wearing like a slightly dirty, torn grey hoodie with a backpack on my back. Wearing like combat jeans, like nice boots. Got them last week, perfect. And then yeah, pretty much like on me in the wrap.
Don't worry, I'll tell you what that is in a second. So you are
no.
running with this wrapped item, and it's a little bit heavy, but it's bulky enough. Kind of takes your two hands to carry it. Just beside Sam, Laszlo, describe yourself.
What did you call me?
Is your name not
Oh,
Laszlo?
Laszlo. It is Laszlo. It's me. So Laszlo is a somewhat slender man, bit of a shitty beard, if I'm being completely honest with you. He's about 5'11". He's been known by a few people to get certain items that people can't usually get. But as of right now, he's looking somewhat clean somehow. He's wearing his lovely black
over then running through all this smoke.
Yeah, somehow clean. It's Dettol. Dettol? Sure.
Very nice. So, Jeffrey and Iona, you see Sam and Laszlo come sprinting up. You just barely stop at these trees to catch your breath, but you can tell that there is a group that is hot on your heels. What would you guys like to do from here? I'm throwing it to you. Keep running. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So you guys take off. Let me just put this. Just playing. That might play in a second. Sorry, I should play in a second. You guys are sprinting further on. You're egging each other to keep going. Everyone's out of breath. The rain is just pelting down on you. You're almost losing your foot at times. You can see that ahead of you, there's a little bit of a clearing to the left. So like you can stay you're currently running through the trees and it's kind of tripping you up a little bit. It's a little bit difficult. But there is a little bit of an opening if you're to kind of veer off to the left and to leave the tree line.
What's in the clearing?
Huh?
What's in the clearing? Like, is it shrubbery?
It essentially just changes from like a more of a woodland to a bit more of a like shrubbery field, long grassish. Who is taking charge and leading this run? But are you trying to stay in a position, or is everybody just running?
I think
I'm just
at
right
this
up.
moment, because I would see the clearing ahead of Iona, I would probably like grab Iona if I catch up to her. Kind of like just by not the scruff of like the scrub she's wearing, but it's kind of like all the shoulders. And I kind of just veer her towards the clearing. I say, look, I kind of without like any words, I say, right, we're just going this way,
Okay.
and we just keep running that way.
Okay.
Are we familiar with this area, Horse, or are we in completely unknown territory?
So you're not very familiar with this. So you are running away from a settlement that you would have traded with previously on kind of lukewarm terms, and a deal has essentially gone wrong, and you guys have decided to flee with this item as it is in dire need for you.
Gotcha. No, I changed my mind. Run towards.
If you do start to veer her off to the clearing, she will push back and be like, no,
Yeah.
in the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
100%. Stick with the trees. Stick with the trees.
So, from your understanding, you think you're still in the perimeter of this settlement. The settlement would have been large enough, not ran by the nicest of people, but you also know that there would be still heavy armaments to this group as well. Like they would have decent enough firepower. Sam and Laszlo, anything you guys are doing as you're kind of running along? Are you looking out for anything? Are you kind of anything in particular?
Well,
Let's
listening now for if any kind of dogs are barking, so we can get a rough count of what's chasing us.
So you
I'll,
can.
I'll definitely be looking back and seeing if there's anyone catching up to us on that as well.
Okay, yeah. So if you want to try and let's see, what do we have on our sheets for that?
Oh no, we're the first ones. Oh, right.
Yeah.
If
Get
you
me
want,
the guy that's
I guess what would we go for that? Oh, I might have to get the fucking descriptions though. Actually, no, let's not slow it down. Let's go for a let's say determination to just see if you can spot like how many people are chasing you, what group is chasing you.
God.
And we'll say that it's a opposition level of a 6, so you need 6 successes to be able to kind of spot.
6.
Damn.
I'll take one with like a minor penalty.
Okay, so you're gonna go for 5.
I'm gonna go for 5.
I'll go for 6. So risk it. Go on.
Okay.
So just roll 6
So-
d6.
No, so you on your sheet, look at your determination. You already have 5 successes. Rock, you only need to roll one d6.
1d6. Oh,
I got my 5, so
Okay.
got a 5.
Okay, so between Sam and Laszlo, you can see that there is a group of 3 dogs with 8 men chasing.
Oh no.
Okay.
And these
keep running. Go, just keep going.
You think a woman in this age can run dogs? Leave me. I'm just gonna leave myself here as bait.
No one gets left behind. Come on.
Jesus.
we're not 10 minutes out of the coming at me.
Oh.
I will carry you. I swear to God.
Fucking hell.
So you can see also with those rolls, you spot that these are like vicious dogs. They look like they are maybe not even being fed in a while. You know, food and this out here it's gonna be hard enough to come by. So they might, or maybe they purposely keep these dogs a little bit underfed for this exact reason.
Are they bot violence?
Are they Rottweilers? Yes, they're Rottweilers.
Question.
Yes.
I'm assuming if we're coming from a different settlement, we would have food in our packs, wouldn't we?
So as you guys were settling up, yeah, that's a good time to mention. You guys would have left here with medium preparation or advanced preparation level. So if you look on your character sheet, that gives you 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots. So there's 6 items you would have brought with you on this. Now, I will say that some of those items would be potentially items to trade, because originally your goal here was to trade with this community. But you can choose, you can essentially like mark off one of these items and say, I have a torch with me, I have an X with me. If it's within kind of conceivable ideas that your community would have something, we'll roll with it. If it's something that specific you want, then you might have to scavenge for it. Might be something you go off on a side mission for it, you know.
Well,
Do iconic items count in that as well?
Nope, iconic items you always have. Yeah, that's separate, yeah.
okay. Realistically, for trading, obviously, food would be one of the ones.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys would definitely have some food on you, yeah.
So, I want to say that I've got some kind of like meat, like maybe some game, like rabbit or something. And I'm going to, if it's at all possible, I'm going to ditch a rabbit to try and throw them off our scent.
Okay.
Because if they're hungry,
Yeah. Okay.
I want-
Okay. I like that. So you throw this rabbit off to the side, away from what direction you're running, in the hopes that hopefully distracts one of the dogs. Okay. Yeah. We'll keep that in mind then as we play into this. Anyone else kind of anything particular they want to do?
Gone.
Sprinting.
100% focusing on sprinting.
Laszlo's here, like just throwing a piece of meat.
I'll feed you later. Come on.
Wait for me, you son of a bitch!
As you guys are continuing to sprint on, you hear the shouting and all that. It's still there. They're still kind of gunning after trying to find you guys in this woodland. Who's at the front?
Me, apparently.
I'm gonna say Iona and Jeffrey, the two of you are gonna make me a let's see, what is this? I'm gonna say an opposition or a which one we go for? Reaction. We're gonna go for reaction. An opposition level 5.
What do we roll?
So look at your character sheet and how many points you have in reaction?
3.
3
2.
and 2. So Lob, you need to either roll 2 dice, and Liam, you roll 3 dice.
I need to roll 3 dice. Okay.
3d6.
Yep.
D6s. 3d6.
We're not looking for the total number. Oh, Liam.
The last one doesn't count. The last one isn't there. You don't see
Sorry,
that.
horse.
Yep.
Was it 3 for me, 2 for Liam?
It was. No, you had 2 for you, 3 for Liam. You had 3 in reaction, didn't you?
I did. Oh wait, no, I had 2. Sorry, I had 2.
Yeah, so you rolled 3 and then Lob rolled 2. Yep, that's fine.
You got this, Lob. I believe in you.
3.
So you gotta you look at your d6s separately, right? So from a 2 to a 6 is.
I'm following you guys. I'm the bait.
I must fallen.
Go
So
on without me.
as Jeffrey and Iona are potentially, like maybe you're looking back after Sam and Lazar are pointing out how many are there. You fail to react quick enough to. There are little traps set up in this woodland. There is a tripwire that goes across with cans and metal and glass hanging off it, and it makes up. The 2 of you stumble to the ground after tripping over this tripwire. Nothing else happens, but you've made a lot of noise.
I'll quickly scramble to my feet and try and get Iona to her feet as well. Make
Yeah.
sure she's okay, and then kind of just pat her down, and then say, "Come on, let's go."
I don't know, kind of like stumbling, kind of like half me grabbing onto Jeff, like, fuck!
Shit. Okay.
So
I mean,
Oh,
I'm
shit.
obviously this. Lazar's gonna obviously look at Sam, like, fuck, we need to help them. I'm just gonna go this way. You keep going that way.
which way? Sorry, are you trying to run away?
I'm
Splitting up
telling.
the party?
Are you
Uh-oh.
veering
No,
from the
no,
group?
I'm not splitting up the party. No, I'm not.
Never
ready for
split
the
up the
group.
party.
Oh,
Never.
dangerous move.
I was telling Sam to go towards you guys to help out, and I was just gonna try and like throw some kind of like bait or something to help kind of throw him off.
Sorry, I forgot. I never changed it to the scene.
And as he does it, I just grab him and I say, "Where the fuck are you going?" This way, so we don't leave the party. And then
I
I
was
strap up
gonna-
while I'm holding on just a bit tighter to make sure nothing gets loose and go back out.
I was gonna throw more food to distract them. Gonna
You don't have much food. You keep losing the food. You're going to be skinny.
I'd rather live and be hungry than die and be full.
Sorry, I forgot to add or change roll 20 over to the first scene, so I have a little bit of a. It's what you expected it to be.
nice.
Just a
Ooh.
little bit of visual.
Okay, I see Slenderman.
Slender.
Just give me that, please.
So
Sorry, bro.
you're trying to Laszlo. So you're trying to distract again. You're trying to throw
Yeah, I'm
more.
trying to, like, throw more food this time.
Okay.
Just kind of as much as I can without being wasteful.
Okay. So I'm going to say that we're going to say now you've used 1 mark of your preparation with the 2 pieces of food. Okay.
That's fine.
So as you guys are sprinting, after that commotion of Jeffrey and Iona falling, you happen to notice there's like something glinting off to the right-hand side, just maybe about 30 feet away from you. And there's something just kind of, whatever it is, something shining not too far, a little bit high up a tree. You see that there's a
A sniper?
barrel pointed
Oh,
towards you.
When Horse said 1 shot, he was like, "We're gonna make sure this is a 1 shot."
yeah, 1 shot, 1 kill. That's what you mean.
Jesus.
Who notices that horse? Is that the guys behind us, or is that all of us?
I'm going to say that, I'm going to say one of you notice it at the front, you can tell the others about it. I imagine you tell the others about it instantly. So I will give you a second. If there's anything you want to do specifically for these snipers, let me know. If you want
Just how quickly, like, just kind of generally, how thick are the trees around us?
So you think that it'd be difficult to get the shot? Like you don't. Like, they definitely don't have a clear shot on you, and you think that if you try and use a cover, like you do think you're better off within the woodlands.
How good is the a flashlight that I have? Like how strong is it?
So you're taking a blind in them?
Yeah, while I'm going towards cover with the trees, if that's the case.
That's all by on there.
Okay.
Real question.
Okay, I'll allow it. So let's make that a. I'm gonna say.
A pass. That's what you're going to say.
So I'm gonna say they're going to try and take a shot, right? So in this system, I actually don't roll any dice. You guys roll defensively against my kind of attacks and stuff like this. So
Well, he getting shot today.
Okay.
It's been nice, you guys.
Yeah. It was a pleasure.
Guys, don't worry. I'll throw more food at the snipers. It'll be fine.
How much food did you bring? It's just fucking throwing every berries and.
It's a jar of Nutella. I'm just like,
20-piece chicken nugget meal and all.
no, I'm not throwing my McDonald's.
Tofu left over. Just.
I'm keeping my Happy Meal.
So I'm gonna say 3 of you. I'm gonna say it is Iona, Jeffrey, and Laszlo.
Okay.
The 3 of you, I want you to make me some reaction checks again. So opposition level is going to be a 5, but
I'm fine.
I'm going to reduce it because of Rock's lantern.
Oh.
So Sam's lantern flashing it towards him. He's going to reduce it. So I'm going to bring it down to a 4.
I've passed already. Then I got 5.
Okay, nice.
How many do we roll?
So what your reaction is 3, is it?
Yeah.
1. You roll 1.
Minus 2, so I roll 2. Do
2. Yeah.
Am I able to assist in any way with these kind of things, or is it just?
Oh, nice.
If you have, so if you say, don't forget, like we can have, I'm not sure, we don't want to overwhelm you straight away, but you can say that you're going to go for a harder success. Right. So there, when you have a higher one, you could say, I'm going to go for a success with an increment. And with that increment, I wanted to try and help one of the other guys in some way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So in that sort of way, we can do it. I don't want to just. I was letting you guys roll it out just to get you kind of used to it. So success. You feel some bullets start whizzing through. There's little fragments of bark splintering off in front of you, but you can see with Sam shining this light, surprisingly powerful light, a hand crank of light, maybe solar powered sort of thing. And you leave out charging in the day, but you're able to just whatever it is, when your eyes trying to adjust to a bright light and darkness, it's just throwing them off that little bit. The bullets are whizzing past you, and you get the idea there's 2 or 3 of them with the amount of bullets kind of coming towards you, but it looks like their aim is getting thrown off. So you guys keep sprinting forward on this. Tell me if you're doing otherwise, or if you're stopping to try and fight or something like that. You guys just let me know.
Take a flashlight and that cranking it.
Cranking.
He had the bag over one shoulder and he's cranking his little flashlight.
How far are we away from the sniper's light?
So the light, they're about 30 feet away from you.
That's 30 feet.
That's quite close.
Right,
What's the difference? Sorry, the distance between them 2 and me and Pooples?
Are we all together? You guys are pretty close. Yeah, you guys are pretty close. Like you're only you're staying pretty close together, trying to run forward. Unless you don't want to.
Just take out the gun that I would have brought. It's just a little handgun.
Yeah,
just a little handgun, which would have been fully loaded. And can I just kind of try and lay down some cover fire against the sniper?
Yeah.
Or snipers? Is there 1 or 2 or just 1?
You can't quite tell. You think probably
Okay.
2.
Can I shoot in the direction of the light? Like I'm trying to aim at the light, basically.
Yeah, go for it. So roll then. What do we think we'd use to shoot a gun? What's the stat?
I mean, would it be body or react?
I'm kind of thinking body.
Body?
Yeah, I'd say body. Yeah.
Yeah, you go for body?
Yeah. I'll go for body. I've got 5 in it, so I'm definitely going.
I
mean, hey, look.
I was wondering why you're so happy with body. Yeah, go for that for now. I'll have a read. We'll go for that for now.
So, how many do I roll for this?
So what is it? So
have 5.
you have 5. So remember, this is where I'll put it to you. You can choose if you aim to go 2 over. So if you aim for 7, right? So you'd have to roll 2 dice. That means you'll succeed with an increment. So you succeed, and there's something else positive comes from it.
Well, yeah, I'll go with that then. Yeah,
Do you want to go over it?
Yeah.
There we
So you
go.
roll 2d6, yeah.
Yeah. What's your roll? I can't see it.
I roll a 4 and a
6
2.
and a 6.
I mean, sorry, 6 and 6. Yeah.
You rolled a 20. That's a 20.
A 4 and a 2 are both successes. It's
only
only it's only a 1 that causes it to fail. So that's a
We're only
success.
We're only testing your horse.
Nice.
Jeffrey takes out. You take out your pistol. What type of gun is it?
It's just a standard handgun, whatever they're called. Yeah. It wouldn't be like anything big or anything.
Yeah, and you let off a few bullets, and you can see that
You got one right between the eyes.
I would say
Wanted style around the tree.
the bullets wrap around the tree. You can see that you fire. I'm going to say you fired like 3 bullets towards him as you're running, and you see the first 2 kind of get close, and the third one hits one right in the chest, and he loses balance. And so they were actually on like a hide up the tree a little bit, like not too far up the tree, but they're on one of those kind of hides there up the tree. And he collapses and hits the ground, falling out of it. So you can see that you've dropped one to the ground. Might not be, you don't think he's fully dead, but you've definitely like taken him out of this situation.
Okay.
Nice.
While I was shooting, I was telling people, I was telling the group to kind of come on, I'll lay down fire, and that's when I went. Bah, bah, bah.
Yeah, very nice. So you guys are still sprinting through. The rain is getting heavier and heavier. You're drenched. Like your clothes feels heavy. You ever run through like sand? You got your feet are fighting in the mud. You guys are near exhausted already, and you start to hear barking getting closer. You hear the feet running through this muck as well, like kind of the paws bouncing off the puddles. If you have a quick glance behind you, you can see that one of them gets distracted. 2 keep running towards you. They are gunning.
Guys, my peanut butter trick work.
You think potentially the flashlight might have alerted a lot of them to where you potentially were?
Ah, shit.
Either that or the bullets let them know.
And the bullets.
That kind of helps when it comes to knowing people are.
We already started shooting. I'll pull out my pistol and I'll turn back to try to take shots at the dog.
Okay.
Not the dog.
I'm Rottweilers, but bite my ass, man. They're getting shot today.
We're gonna have a bad.
All right. So roll me. We're gonna. I guess we'll stick with body for kind of attacks. I think that kind of makes sense. We think that's okay. Yeah. We'll stick with body for attacks then. So roll me a body check. Opposition level 4, unless you want to go for easier or harder.
Like, see the way you said there's 2. I'm only shooting at 1. If I go harder, does that mean I have a chance to hit the 2 of them?
I'll give it to you.
What's harder?
I'll make it 2, so I'll make it a 6. You have to hit a 6 successes.
6 successes, so I don't have to roll 3. I'll risk it.
Here we go.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, failed.
I'm
2
getting my ass
wins.
beaten today. I'm
Gun jammed.
So Sam turns and still trying to move forward, takes some shots towards these dogs. You see the bullets just between the rain that you're like it's difficult to hit the shot. You're probably more impressed by Jeffrey landing that shot, probably pure chance. You see this dog come sprinting towards you through the dark, and it lunges. Make me a defense check, Sam.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Oh, jeez, Sam.
Sam, don't die. We're friends.
What am I rolling?
I guess I'm gonna say reaction. Yeah, I'm gonna say reaction to get avoid this dog diving on you.
What do I need?
So here you go. What type of success are you going for?
The good kind.
So good answer, but still. AB, by the way. So do you want to go for the regular success? Success with a cost, which means something bad happens, or the harder roll is going to be the success with increment.
What's my what
4? Sorry, 4.
4.
4 is the neutral one. So 3 would be with a cost, something bad happens. And then, sorry, Liam, I think I made your 7, but it's actually 6. It's only 1 above. So, or sorry, 5 would be the with an increment. Good thing, an extra good thing happens.
Now you go for the increment, but use 2 soma and then just roll 1.
Yes, you can. Still have a chance to fail this. I will point out.
Sam, don't let me down.
Success. Okay. So I should have said what with the increments. What would you?
They both get them.
No, I'll say with the increment, as he was already telling you, you'll get 1 good hit. Like, would you 1 good hit on this, or are you going to try and hit the 2 of them?
It's just 1 lunging at me, isn't it?
Yeah, the other one is going to go for Laszlo in a second.
I'll pull out my knife and I'll just as he gets me.
I will say though, you were carrying. Don't forget, one hand is still carrying the important item that you had. So what are you dropping? Are you dropping your gun? Are you dropping the item?
I'll shoot him in the head with the gun.
Okay. So the dog jumps towards you, and maybe you get the item in the bag just at its mouth so it doesn't get the bite on you, and you get the gun straight up, And boom, boom. That's a dog goes down. Laszlo, give me a defense check. Opposition level 4, unless you want to go for. Unless in that time you wanted to react as well. Sorry, because I only gave the option to Sam.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the hell, dude? Giving him the reaction, not me. Yeah, I want to do a reaction to try and dodge the dog.
Yeah, okay, go for it. Are you gonna go for what type? Regular, cost, or increment?
I'll go for a half. I'll go for the 1 up.
Increment. That's gonna be a 5 then. Opposition level 5.
Well, guess what, buddy? I got 5
In reaction.
already. Yeah.
There you go. Automatically succeed then.
Very good.
Very nice. So what were you going to do then? Sorry, what was it? Just reaction, just to dodge out of the way.
Yeah, basically it was like dodge out the way and maybe like try and make the dog hit a tree.
I was gonna hit him with a rabbit or something. Had left in his bag.
The rabbits.
No, I've actually got is this very special mace, and it's made out of dead squirrels.
Oh,
I'm joking.
that's nasty.
I would never.
Some Mad Max type of stuff right there.
That's gonna say.
No,
In there on him.
no, just dodge out the way and try and make like a dog collide with the tree or like something.
Yeah. Okay.
Try and
Grant.
injure it.
Yeah. So you gotta get the dog misses and gets a little bit kind of dazed from trying to lunge towards you. Right? Are you doing it? Anyone doing anything else? There's one dog still kind of on top of you. You're gonna keep running. What are we thinking?
How close are we to the dog? Like, me and Iona. How close are we to the dog?
Oh, you guys are only about like 10 feet, 5 to 10 feet.
The where is the dog? Sorry,
It's just kind of behind you to the right, about 10 feet.
but it's about to jump on us.
He jumped for Laszlo and missed Laszlo.
On him?
So no, I missed him. So he kind of got a little bit dazed. So he missed him, lost momentum, and now he's starting to kind of like turn around to look for someone else.
In its days, can I use my iconic item?
Okay.
So in its days, I failed to tell everybody this. My iconic item, which I've had strapped around me this whole time, is a 4x4 plank of wood wrapped in barbed wire. And because it was a thing from his past where he would be the wrestler with the barbed wire plank of wood. And so because the dog is now stunned, to protect, I would golf swing Barbara, which is what its name is. Golf swing it to try and get a good 450-yard drive on the dog.
Jesus. Okay.
And into the snipers apparently.
So
As he hits a home run.
using.
Yeah.
So I will say, using your kind of item, you do get an advantage die. Don't forget. But opposition level 4 is base. So what are you going to aim for? Increment, cost, or standard?
I will go for an increment. This is body, right?
Yeah, body be 5. So 5 then is your.
I have 5 already.
You have 5 already. So you just line it up and boom.
Class.
Yeah.
So I'm just fairly confident to say that all 3 dogs are now dealt with.
You're pretty confident. The third dog still seems to be distracted. But you still do see a group of rather angry men running towards you.
Okay.
So
I'll restrap Barbara around my back then.
Iona, make me a defensive check there. So against for reaction. Opposition level 5.
So I need 2d6.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 for 1.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So
One's a 1 and one's a 3.
as Jeffrey turns around to deal with that dog, and maybe you take a kind of a stutter step, as in, do you keep running? Do you turn to see what's going on? You take that split second, you see another volley of bullets come towards it, and one of them grazes your shoulder. Boom! You recoil back against one of the trees as you see a bullet land straight into your upper left arm. So,
Well, it's in my arm.
in your arm.
Right, okay. I would immediately clutch my arm. She would take in a deep breath and she would take out her iconic item, which is her father's Swiss Army knife. And she would quickly flip the blade and she'd be in there getting the bullet out.
Yes! Rambo, baby, Rambo!
Are you Sarah Connor?
Savage.
It's
very
my first
good.
blood, not me.
Yeah. And I just imagine you shit. Let's keep fucking moving. You're like,
Fucking go on!
Far Cry 2 healing animation.
So yeah, honest to God, those healing animations of Far Cry were brutal sometimes. So
Pull out a cigar and you're like, when you smack
So Jeffrey, Sam, and lads, you see Iona take a bullet to the arm as well, the shock. But then very quickly you can tell that's like she's still okay. She's obviously being fucking hit by a bullet, but she's not down on the ground or anything like that. She's still managing to go. Do you guys keep moving?
Yeah, just run straight to her and be like, did you see what she just did? She can handle herself. Let's get up and see safe for her.
Try and break line of sight with the group behind us, so that's what I would say.
What did I say, sorry?
Try and break line of sight with the group behind us.
Yeah. So they don't actually seem to be. You guys are keeping kind of a good pace. They don't seem to be really catching up with you right now. So you guys start making your way. Keep sprinting again, forward, sprinting. Anything in particular anyone's doing?
I would, after plucking the bullet out, she would have went into any of the packs that she has on her with any of the medical supplies and would have stuffed the wound with gauze of any kind to try and, stop the bleeding.
Yeah,
but
very nice.
She wouldn't be sprinting like the Terminator anymore. She is like holding on that wound, but she is still trying to run.
Okay.
I would be looking for like anywhere to kind of like hold up shelter to properly see to Iona's wound.
Okay.
If you let her know that you're trying to stop it, she's like, no, keep going. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Keep going. It's either this or we're dead.
Let's go with this.
Your bullets pinging off the wood still.
Oh. Take those tears.
You guys keep sprinting, and once again, almost some thunder in the distance, the rain starts just pelting down. You guys are getting even more drenched. It is miserable. You come to this point where it's a little bit of a hillside on the right hand side. You're still in the woodland. The the kind of meadow or open fields kind of dissipates, and you're just in these thick woods, and it starts to go down hillside. At one point, you still hear all the shouting behind you. You see on your right-hand side this hill. You swear you start to feel the ground starts moving.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
And it's almost like you're not sure, like your senses are so overwhelmed in the weather and just what's going on. Your adrenaline is running. You're almost not sure that you believe what you first felt. And then you start to see, you're still booking it.
Okay.
And then you start to see the ground from up this hill starts shifting, almost like a wave of mud and dirt starts coming down this hill. And it's not just on this side, it flows all along where you've just ran. This essentially a mudslide is coming down, or landfall, or whatever you call them.
Yeah.
Is rushing down. This is inevitable. You guys are like, this is going to wash over us. What do you do to try and defend yourself, protect yourself before this happens?
Yeah, I can.
I'd find the ticket straight, okay?
Are we still in the woods?
Yes, you're still just you kind of further deeper into the woods. It's a little bit more denser, this area. You don't have to feel to the side, and it's more of a hill. You're on more kind of running along more of a hillside now as well.
Are we still fairly open from one side, or?
No, you're pretty kind of you're pretty set. Like the woodlands have you kind of covered here. The guy, the people in the distance, the snipers, you're a good distance away from the sniper now, and the guys chasing you seem to be still in the distance, not directly on your heels though.
Well, we can either go further into the forest and hope we don't get taken out by this, or we can try and climb a tree or hunker down.
I'm telling you that like, you are all about to be hit by this, so you need to decide. Yeah,
Behind
you
the
are
tree.
Behind the tree.
behind the tree.
Yeah, behind the tree. Yeah.
Tightening up the goods.
I'm holding on to Sam.
Fucking
I
it
won't
in.
let go, Jack.
Okay, and I need everyone to make me let me double check. Landslide, that's the word I'm looking for. So I need everyone to make me a check. And it's going to be opposition level 7.
Ooh.
And we're going to say I think it's going to have to be reaction.
Yeah.
If you can determine something else, like if you think that you could think of something with one of your skills, let me know. Just gut instinct, I'm going to say reaction, that you're just going to have to quickly find somewhere to try and hunker down.
2d6 again.
Okay, only 2 6. That's not bad. That's not bad. Don't forget your soma
No,
if you want to.
I'm asking you. I
Oh,
can't
sorry.
work it out. I'm not sure how to work it out when you say, "Oh, it's this
So sorry. So what? How many points do you have in reaction?
3."
Yeah. So you need. Oh wait, no, sorry. So it's a 7. So 3 minus or 3 minus 7 or 7 minus 3. You need to make 4.
Right,
4.
Right. Perfect. That's how it works out.
Now you can use you can use soma if you want. So you can use soma to get some automatic successes if you want it, or you can just completely roll it.
I'm just rolling the 5.
We
I'm
can also.
rolling.
And I suppose actually, don't forget. Okay, I was gonna say
Alright.
we can choose what type of roll we want as well. Don't forget.
Dancer.
Yeah.
Shh, it's okay. It's safe. We don't need to roll it now.
Rock, did you roll 5d6 and get them all? Oh no! Is Lob the only one that failed?
I got one. I got a 1.
No.
No!
It makes sense because I'm wounded.
Yeah.
I'm wounded.
Yeah.
Can you stop being hurt, please?
So you see this landslide as it builds up, and it builds quick, and it thunders down the little bit of the hill towards you and behind you. Like you're actually not even sure if the guys behind you will be clear of it. They might get hit by this as well. But you all trying to find a tree to kind of hunker down beside. And even with that, most of you are pushed with it and knocked over with it. Nothing too badly happens. For Iona, a large rock is in the mud and it bounces off your head.
Ooh.
And
Oh my god.
God.
for Iona, for all of you, everything just goes black.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Oh.
I'm
Maybe
suddenly
not.
very
Okay.
EP
Black now.
in the mud.
End of day 2. Day 1.
Son of a bitch, you're doing a.
Oh, very good.
Oh,
Very
okay,
good.
okay.
Nice.
You're sneaky. You're cheeky.
So,
Very good.
sorry, let me just change this for the stream. We'll
Previously
put on this. Put on a nice little campfire one then, so you're not traumatized anymore.
Thank
What
you.
a cliffhanger. Cracking the back of the dome, man. It's just like, God, don't know what happened.
I'm kind of glad I didn't decide to roll like a success with, some kind of cooldown.
So, question now. So, this is day 1 now. So, this was yesterday.
Yeah.
Does that mean I get my soma back because where I technically used it then and not now?
Yeah. You technically, like, any ability users or anything like that are back, yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
See how we look happy as well. See how we look happy.
Does that mean I get my get my slot back as well?
you get your rabbit back, yeah.
It's all just waiting on the cart. You actually haven't taken it yet.
Hell yeah, I've got my rabbit.
Just catches the rabbit. Yeah.
Christ.
That's what I've been doing this whole time.
So, a little bit to read for you. Autumn now tinges the leaves of the trees with ochre and red, a sign that winter is upon us. Today is a particularly hot day and sunny. The right occasion for someone to go to nearby waterfalls to spend some time relaxing and just escape from the chores of the community. You are in what used to be the Novaki train station together with your allies from Trieste, and Trieste would be under a neighbouring community that you guys would have met. There's like this large, they've designated like a certain spot. There's like a large trading area. So your community would have previously made contact with Trieste community from that trading area. So you've kind of developed a little bit of a symbiotic relationship with them where you help each other out every now and then. So your allies from Trieste waiting for the engine to be repaired after another group of survivors attempted to steal the train. So at this train station.
Sorry?
Say again, sorry?
Where are they from?
Trieste. Trieste. So, there's wolves apparently.
Those dogs are back.
It's foreshadowed this entire time.
Where's my rabbit? Sorry.
I throw a rabbit.
The area is safe, and those few awakened you saw nearby have been eliminated and their bodies buried safely underground. I haven't heard the camp is busy with something. It feels like one of those rare moments of tranquility that the world of the Blight deceptively offers from time to time. So, at this train station, you can see people have set up in various different spots. You guys are coming from the NEMS community. And NEMS is like the name. It's the name of your community, but it's also the name of the leader of your community. What the fuck is that noise? Sorry.
Horse.
Oh, that was a horse. It was me.
You're in the.
I'm in the
How
audio.
did you get here?
So Nems is the leader of your community, and he's an elderly man, kind of in his, I say elderly, probably like late 50s, maybe early 60s. But he's descended from a large family of kind of nomadic people that they would just, before even the blight happened, that they would just live out in the woodlands and kind of, live off the land sort of thing. You guys have all joined the Nems community at various points. We kind of discussed this in some of your backstory making. Feel free to kind of come up on the fly if you want to change this or anything like that while we're in discussion here. But essentially, you've joined this community at some point, and you're about a group of maybe about 20 to 30 people strong so far. People from all different walks of life. Some people act more as, have set jobs within the community. Other people have a little bit more flexible in terms of maybe just physically protectors. Maybe they're managing the supplies, keep track of supplies as well, and whether it be medication, food, stock, all that sort of stuff. So everyone has
a strong community. Sorry, or like
in terms of give me explain.
Like are we in a well defended community?
Questionable, because I think part of it
saying,
is
big turrets around, but we have a good wall, we're protected.
No. So you're nomadic. So you guys keep you kind of keep everything to a couple of caravans, and they say caravans, but essentially just like large what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah. Carts with horse-drawn carts, that sort of thing. So you guys actually don't stay in one spot for a prolonged amount of time. Sometimes because of resources wise, you might need to go and scavenge or hunt in new areas, places that aren't actually heavily infested by the blight as well, because the last thing you want to be doing is eating meat that has been already infected by the blight. So you guys find your group tends to just kind of pick different lots, different land to settle on every so often, every couple of months, that sort of thing. Or if there is a threat nearby, obviously you get up and you leave. So more so to use the mobility as defense. Like you guys would have some weapons, as we've seen. You guys would have some light weapons, nothing crazy heavy. Nothing like major rifles. You might have some bolt action rifles, that sort of thing, but no heavy assault rifles. And also the ammunition for that sort of thing will be very rare at this point. So
sorry. Sorry, no, I was just got notes down. Sorry.
No, you're good. Actually, let's take a 5-minute break for a second. I need to go to the toilet and fill up my drink, if that's okay. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah, like
Okay, undeafening. And all right, welcome back. Let's get. Where's the ambience gone? Ambience is gone.
Where's the horse in the background?
Whose horse is that?
Whose horse is that?
Whose horse is that? A horse, boy?
What time are people good to go for? Go until here, by the way.
Yeah.
10ish, okay?
Yeah.
That sort of thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to make sure we're on the same note. Right.
I got 3 more beers in the fridge, baby. I can go out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's do this. Just making sure. I guess I'm up for work.
I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
won? I'm joking. All right. So, scattered around this train station is going to be different members of your community. So you guys have actually set up your camp, and Nem's community has set up camp in this train station. So people might take certain buildings, reclaim certain buildings for a bit of shelter. And, most of what your possessions are going to be, they're going to fit into the carts, nothing too crazy. And most of the beds and everything are going to be either sleeping bags, hammocks, something along the lines of that. Everyone has their own tents, where you put them up and all that sort of stuff. That's up to you. So currently in the community, you can see that people are scattered around and going about daily jobs. You can see someone you know as Dragon. Dragon is collecting firewood. You see he's going off into the near woodlands and he's chopping wood down. You can see Nems and who is it? Nems or Katarina are starting the beginning of a fire. Kind of in an open area. It's just so, almost like an open invitation for anyone who wants to come along and chat to either of them to take a seat beside them. Members of the Trieste community, majority of them are kind of located around the current train. So the train that they're working on is obviously like one of the engine carriages, and it is like one of the older style coal ones, coal and steam. And you can see that the 3 members from Trieste are working on that currently. Maybe Sam, with your background, ignore the wolves. What's your background? Essentially, you'd be over there with at the train as well, working, maybe trying to figure out what's going on with the train. Does it seem like something your character would do?
I would have said I would have been with Nems, helping build the fire with a technique I was thinking about.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Yeah. So you see Nems and Katarina lighting the beginning of this fire, and you approach. And what do you say?
I whip out a small, like in my bag, it's like a piece of cotton, like a cotton bud that's unraveled that I keep with wood chippings and so a small bit of fluid, and I offer the hand that to help prepare for the fire because it's starting to get late, so everyone's going to get cold.
And Nems will turn to you. He's like, Sam, thank you. That will save my old bones trying to rub this firewood together. Come.
I just say it's no worries, Nems. I only thought of that there because when we met in the past, you know, you've taught me a few new things as well. So this is just a new thing I've been working on just to help give back to make life easier for everybody.
Very good. What have you set? You've set this in like a resin, is it?
It's what's it called? Deer box.
Very clever. I wish I had known about this years ago. That would have been very useful. How's everybody's spirits currently?
Bit low, obviously. Fucking, you know, we're still moving. We have a nice little place for now, but I think just once we get everyone settled, we get rested, we can talk about where we go from here. To be honest, how are you getting on, Nems?
As good as I can. I feel like my bones get older every day, day by day, 10 times as worse. But I'm still alive. What's the main thing?
That's it, bud. That's it. And then I turn to Katarina and I ask, what's the situation on her front? How's everything on her in her area?
She tells you that, yes, everything is well. No, nothing new. Sorry, I hit the mic there. So you, from your previous conversations with Katarina, you know that she's like definitely has an interest in the Blight. So she, whatever she can, she tries to study it where she can. And so she said, "Go on."
Let's just ask her then. Because obviously we have that connection. That is any word on if the Blight has, like, if the spores have gone like in the wind direction towards where we're getting closer to, like, is the infection spreading that direction?
Well, I don't think that's a current concern. The spores don't seem to travel too far with the wind, which is a good thing. But if anything, it leads to the Crimson Zones being that bit more dangerous and that bit more dense. But we'll still try. We learn what we can. You have to believe there's some way of getting past this.
That's it. Then I turn around and I just head back towards the train just to check on how the lads are getting on there with the repairs.
Very nice. So you start making your way back towards the train. Anybody else? Do you think you'd pick anyone in somebody doing a certain role, anything like that in particular? You guys kind of hover towards.
Well, I was going to say, like, I feel like Lazo would have just got back from supply run.
Okay.
And he's going to approach Leonardo. He has a certain item that he requests.
Okay, I like that. So Leonardo, let me double check. So Leonardo would be hovering around this train engine as well. Not particularly inside it working, but kind of hovering around the likes of Stanislaw working on it. What do you say?
Well, I don't know where you asked me to get this item for you, but here like you hands him. And what was he doing? He was working on a train, wasn't he?
Yeah. And so I'm going to say it's like a bit of electronics, a bit of something like, you know, it's just, you might not even understand what it properly is. And he takes it off and he's like, oh, thank you. I didn't think you'd find it so easily.
It took me a bit to find it, but I try.
What was it? 2 rabbits, was it? And he hands you over 2 rabbits.
That's exactly what I need. Yeah, thank you.
That's going to come real handy one day there, lads. No, just stay.
That's what we call a callback. Or call forward.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. Yeah, there you go. So he'll say to you, "Tell me, how do you get so comfortable, like, scavenging these houses and going into these areas? I feel like the fear never really leaves me."
Well, when you've been doing it as long as I have, you kind of ignore it. Not the fact that I'm not scared, because I am, but when you do it for so long, it's just one of those things.
And as he's kind of fiddling with the electronics that you brought him, he's like, "You must have had a dangerous job or fucking something in the previous life."
He was a barrister.
No, I was not a lawyer. Hearsay.
he was on an episode of Camp Baby, Take It Away.
Let's just say my job wasn't very savoury, we say.
And he gives you a little bit of a raised eyebrow look, like, oh.
He winks at him and pats him on the back and just walks away.
And as you're kind of walking, he's like, "You should make the trip over to Trieste at some point. I'm sure you can find some good spots."
Yeah, I might do, actually. Seems like the worst idea in the world.
And he waves you off and like, "Thanks again."
No worries.
You hear him talking to Stanislaw. Might be able to get this up and going. It's like kind of talking gibberish as Stanislaw is inspecting the train engine.
Did you say there was a dragon cut in the woods? Is that his name? Dragon?
Did you say there's a
Is there a
dragon?
dragon? Is there a dragon over there?
Brother, you got dragon.
You got games on your phone?
It's Dragan. So Dragan, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. So he's you know him as like he's definitely one for physical labor in the camp. You know, he's a big burly lad, but like a very gentle giant at the same time. You know, might have a very like a angry looking kind of look on his face most of the time, but very welcoming and very gentle person.
Gotcha. Jeffrey probably would have walked over them to help cut some wood for the fire.
As you walk towards him, he's mid like swinging the axe. And he's like, "Oh, finally lifting your way around here, Jeffrey. Yeah, huh? What a shock!" And he's like a cheeky smile on his face.
Jeffrey kind of just he obviously brought over an axe to help him.
Yeah.
Picks it up and kind of looks at him and just kind of goes, "Shut up, man," but like in a cheeky way as well, not kind of rude or anything. Just like, "Shut up," and then he just like walks up a little bit closer, but still out of swing shot.
And as the two of you are kind of chopping up some wood, it's a little silence for a moment. And I was like, "How long have you been with us now?"
Jeffrey kind of like, I'll have the axe, and he kind of stops mid-swing and he kind of puts it down and he says, I think it's coming up about a year now. It's coming up about a year.
A year already. God, I'm surprised you lasted this long. And he boom chops up an piece of wood.
He's like, yeah, I know. Can't all be big and muscly as you, dragon. And then he kind of just takes a chop and kind of almost like joke playing, but like takes a low chop close to where he was hitting and kind of just looks at him and goes, "Nearly got you." That's about it.
Oh, very dangerous game.
It's supposed to loses a leg.
And as maybe he goes back to his silence again, and after a while, and it's not like an awkward silence, you know, it's just kind of the two of you are doing your thing, and every now and then he speaks up a bit of conversation, and he's like, "What do you miss most about our previous lives before all this?"
And Jeffrey's kind of hitting, then he stops and he kind of chuckles and he goes, "You know, dragon, not much. It was tough. We were fighting, you know, on the fronts of, you know, trying to survive in terms of economic crisis, and also, you know, I was getting my ass kicked every second night in the ring, and, you know, this I kind of feel a little bit more free. Sure, we have to deal with a lot of uncertainties, but honestly, weighing it up in comparison to my last life, kind of don't really miss it."
And he nods and he chops. It's a bit ironic, isn't it, that it takes the end of the world for our lives to feel a bit more simple, a bit more easy going.
Yeah, he kind of goes, "Yeah, you said it, buddy." And then just chopping again.
Chops away. Iona, is there anybody in particular that you think you would gravitate towards? Somebody that you've maybe had a connection? I remember Nems is someone who you are close with as well. And Nems has a right-hand man, Steve-O, as well. So you two might be butt heads sometimes, maybe you're close. Just throwing it out there, something you could potentially look at.
Is this like the end of the day, horse? We're kind of getting ready to like settle here for the night situation.
Afternoon, yeah. It's definitely kind of afternoon time.
Okay, I would say that as like the resident nurse, she would go around each person and she would do like basic checks, like heart rate, temperature, that kind of stuff, and she would have a book with everyone's names, and she'd just be going around and checking everyone because, like, obviously the blight could take it any time, you never know, so she would want to keep a check on everybody, make sure everyone healthy, fit, and not, I don't know, turning into a mushroom.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm not a fun guy.
Hair with the glove.
Yeah, bend over.
I don't want my temperature.
That's where they grow first.
Oh, sorry, that's the wrong thermometer. I'm sorry.
No, but that is what she would be doing.
Okay, so we'll say that you make your rounds around, and Danica, you have a Danica is somebody maybe you're a little bit more friendlier with. She's maybe being a bit nice. You've maybe clicked with her a little bit, but you always have a nice conversation when you land on Danica. So you know from Danica, from talking to her previously, she used to have a passion for acting, dramatic arts, on stage, that sort of thing. But currently, she hasn't really found a solid position. She helps out where she can in the camp currently, but she doesn't have like one set role. So she sees you coming over, and she's like, nightly checkup, is it?
Yes, it is. So you know the drill. And she'll put in her stethoscope and she'll be like, heart rate first, please. And she'll ask for her wrist.
And
She'll
she,
listen for a bit, write some notes.
do you not get tired of this?
This as in my job? Or this as in this world?
Well, I kind of meant the first one, but
No, I've always had a really good sense of this is what I was meant to do. This was something that I've always meant to do. So I set my mind to it. It's got to be done. Someone's got to do it, and I'm the one to do it.
I admire your sense of ambition to keep it going. Do you think it's
In today's world, it has to be done. Unfortunately, it's not a matter of if, but when.
I doubt you did much field work back in beforehand, though, did you?
No, it was much simpler. I got up, I went to work, I went to the hospital, I worked there, I done my shift, and I went home, and it was nice, and it was simple, and it was regime, it was safe. I miss it, and I'm sure you do too. There would have been many more opportunities for you back then than there is now for your field of interest.
I don't think we'll be finding any stage play for me to audition for anytime soon, unfortunately.
No, perhaps not. Lean your head back, and she'll check the back of her throat and all that kind of stuff.
Ah.
You're feeling okay? Nothing different? Nothing has changed?
No, I have a pain in my heart, and you know that she has a relationship with someone called Goran in the community.
A medical pain or an emotional pain?
It might be emotional.
You can close your mouth now.
Who would have thought?
Things not going as smoothly as you would have liked.
Oh, I think they're going as good as I could expect in this time. I would have thought it takes the end of the world for me to find someone I can actually care about.
We find solace in the darkest places.
Oh, poet as well.
No, I wouldn't say I'm a poet.
You never know.
But maybe in another life, but not this one.
Have you seen Goran, by the way?
I think I had just passed him over, and I would point back over to me the train.
Yeah.
Would that be
So-
the most likely place?
A while ago, you would have seen that he'd gone off to the nearby waterfalls with a small group of people.
He went by the waterfalls.
Oh, he's always slacking off. Anyway, am I okay for now? Everything?
If you've got nothing else apart from emotional heart pain, that's all I can do for you just now.
Oh,
Continue my rounds.
I think I'll survive. See you later.
Always a pleasure, Danica. And she'll turn around and walk to the next person.
So you do your rounds, you continue on. And once again, there's kind of like a nice, not like, I'm going to say like a warm, homely vibe. It's probably the closest thing you've come to in a while. There's a bit of laughter. People are kind of chatting. More people gather around the campfire, you know, Stanislaw and the guys working on the train. And there's just a nice sense of community. And it's rare in these days that you have that. So you cherish it. Is there anything else anyone would like to do? If not, you're fine.
Probably just ask the lads when I arrive at the train, what's the status on repairs? Is there anything that's broken and that needs repairing, or are we getting low on parts?
So Stanislaw turns to you and says, I think we're just about okay to get this up and going, but we're missing we're missing one valve. And if we just have
Type
this, and he describes you in perfect information, what type of valve?
Is it a large valve or a
Important
small valve?
It's a large enough valve. um, so it's essentially like there's a bit of pipe work that is missing from the train, and he says without us we can't. Yeah, you can if you want. If you want to roll first, well, he would tell you though. Like he's not trying to hide it. He would tell you kind of what part it is. And essentially, you would know with your experience as well that there's no way of it getting going. It helps regulate the temperature around the temperature of the engine, and so without it, engine overheats if you try to get it going, and it's not going anywhere. And so Stanislaw says, "I don't think we're getting there. Don't think we're getting there moving until we can find some sort of replacement or make some sort of replacement. But I feel like it'll be a while." Someone had to take this though. I feel like it's such a specific part. I don't know if someone took this on purpose or what, but well, I don't know.
To be honest, I couldn't really tell you, man. It's like I'm probably the newest one here. I've been here a couple of months, so I don't know the full dynamic of the place. But like, is there anyone you suggest it could be?
Well, I know.
Does anyone have any prior things gone missing and people finding?
Nah, not particularly to my knowledge now. I wouldn't know now. The only other community within range of this would potentially be what's the name of him? And he struggles to remember the name of them. And he's like, Celeste would know. I've forgotten them now.
Okay.
But it could be any community around here. I don't know why they take specifically this, unless they're purposely trying to prevent any of us from using it. But I don't think we're getting it going until we have that.
And then maybe tomorrow we might have a look. We might go to another community, see if we can trade.
Sounds like a good plan. There's no harm asking around anyway.
Yeah, we'll talk to them later on about it.
Yeah. Hopefully we might have some connections or something.
Right.
Nice. I think that's my work done for today. And he kind of tries to dust off his very oily, greasy hands.
Yeah, I just stand there and I just kind of, because I'm trying to show that I have value, so I just still kind of have a look at a few things, and that's it then.
I'd say like Laszlo would have probably overheard that someone was looking for a particular item. Upon hearing this, you'll wait for Stanislaw to maybe walk off and then approach Sam. It's like, what does he want?
It says a valve's gone missing, but like I'm looking over the parts and like everything seems to be in relative order. Just there is a valve missing, but we need it. So like the guy there, because obviously I'm still kind of grasping everyone's names. Like the guy there was saying like that he could think someone else might have taken it, but again, I'm not trying to overstep my boundaries with the group. But it's I just want to cover myself on all bases as well, because like I have issues that I don't want to talk about at the moment. So
we've all got issues that we all want to keep hidden, so I'm not going to press any further. But can you draw me a picture of this valve? Like,
yeah, have you? Like they kind of start rubbing the hands, like all the grease and all in my hands on my clothes, and just be like, "Do you have something I can write with?" And I'm just looking around and
like Lazo runs off to his little tent, grabs like a pen and paper, or pencil and paper in this case.
Yeah, I just take I draw the valve, and then I kind of do like a very, very rough sketch of the way everything is put up in the train, and just showing where the valve is missing, and just kind of have like little labels of what specific purpose the valve can do.
What about dimension?
There you go.
Thank you.
He gives you the dimensions.
It's 3D. That's what it is.
Okay.
But yeah. I say, listen. If I know, I hear that you're the guy that kind of goes out on a wander. If you are out tomorrow, you just keep an eye out, and we'll just kind of say nothing at the moment to anybody, because we don't want anyone jumping to conclusions or anything. So I just hand it back to him. Then I kind of like second guessing of like, can I trust him to actually do something? And I just hand it to him.
Thanks. Like, 'cause obviously you've been shady about passing it back. It's like, thank you. It's like I'm going on a run tomorrow. I'll have a look at some places where it might be. Because surely, where there's a train station, there's gonna be a repair depot. Surely.
That's cool. And I just put my hand in my back pocket, pull out a box of smokes, really crumpled up cigarettes, and I just take one out. And
I can get you a better pack than that, right?
I like these.
Got you. If I find some more specifically crumpled, I'll bring it.
Extra flavor.
When you've been a part of this community for so long being a year and a half. You
Say-
get to know what people want.
Say, must be nice. And I just turn back and I leave him to it, and I just kind of get back, kind of inspecting and kind of just doing a few minor repairs.
So,
I'll just
yeah,
do it.
as you guys tip away at your kind of other community duties, one by one, people start to gather around the fire that Nems and Sam and your one, what's her name? Jesus.
Katarina?
Katarina, thank you. Have put together, and you see people maybe slowly start to gather around. Everyone's having a conversation. All this. It's getting late. The sun is setting. I see Danica pipes up. Has anybody seen Goran yet? I haven't seen him come back.
Did you not go and check at the waterfalls?
The waterfalls is a bit of a walk away, so she thought. I presume they'd be back by now. Like, there's just waterfalls isn't like it's a bit of a walk, but I thought they'd be fine. Are they not back?
Last time I saw him was at the wharf. And that was a fair few hours ago now.
Who else
was
went
too-
with them? Who else?
And Nems pops up. It was Theomir and Keisha and Celeste. Has anyone seen Keisha?
None of them are back. I look around. Is any of them back?
And everyone
did.
now are looking around, and you don't spot. You would know all those people, and
Okay.
you don't spot any of them.
I'm just sitting at the fire having a smoke, just looking down because I don't know. It's like,
At this point, Laszlo kind of like gets up and walks to his tent to grab a bag,
Hmm.
to grab his rucksack essentially.
Okay.
And is preparing just to kind of go for a quick jog and see if he can.
Help! Help!
Laszlo runs towards the voice.
And from the tree line, not too far, the first thing you see are these like slightly glowing green eyes and this hulk of a figure come through, like a big man. Not necessarily, it's still a little bit kind of not pure muscle, but you can tell there's strength behind them. And they're carrying a body in their arms. You recognize the green eyes of Theomir. So Theomir is a Prevectus, is somebody who has mutated slightly with
Oh shit.
the blight, not necessarily in a bad way, but he is still fully himself. He's a little bit, as a result of his speech is a little bit bad at times, and he has some cognitive issues because of it. But he makes up for it. You've all seen it at this point in his sheer strength. Like, there is actually a slight abnormalness to how strong Tiamir is. And he's carrying at ease, like no bother to him, Celeste, one of the members from Trieste.
Jeffrey kind of would just stand up and be like, "What's after happened? Can he converse properly or?"
Yeah, it's very kind of, it's broken, but he's like, the waterfall, they're hurt.
Like,
And-
it's okay. Take your time.
You can see
I
that
look-
Celeste has some marks on her. There's some kind of blood on her as well. She's unconscious
I
in his
look-
arms.
I make eye contact with. Sorry, what's your name? Inonia? Is that your name?
Iona.
Iona, sorry. I look at you, I make eye contact, I kind of go, like, go check them.
Iona's already grabbed her bag. She's already put on a mask and gloves, and she's heading away to have a quick look at Celeste first before she decides if she's wanting to go
Okay.
any further.
I
Okay.
still stay by the fire then.
Make me whatever ability you think would be your medicine. What do you think? Is it
Mind,
mind?
maybe?
Mind?
Mind, I
Yeah,
would say
thinking
mind.
mind.
Yeah, mind. Okay.
And
So-
we'll say opposition level. It's not going to be difficult. Like only I'm going to set it as 3.
So what do I roll if I've got 3? Just one.
You
D6?
automatically success.
Oh,
So
well.
you're able to. You can tell from your innate amount of skill that like you can diagnose. She has some. She has some cuts kind of around, like kind of not deep cuts all, on her arms and stuff like this. Like she was fighting something off, but nothing major. Nothing is heavily bleeding. It doesn't look like that. What made her fall unconscious? You're not too sure. Maybe she took a blow to the head, something like this. But she seems like she's steady. She doesn't seem like she's in critical need of help. And Nems, at the meantime, is like, what about the others? Misha and Goran.
I would ask for Celeste to be like laid down somewhere safe, and she would just do like quick checks of her and kind of like clean whatever wounds that are there. And Iona would turn to the guys. Actually, she would turn to all of them and say, "Someone needs to go and check now, but be careful. You need to find out what's happened, and you need to bring them back here immediately.
Laszlo puts his backpack on and starts running towards the wall.
I grab my bag and I run with him.
I also go with.
Okay.
I would say-
Yeah.
Yeah, boys trip. Bring them beers, baby.
Yes, sir.
And Nems would kind of be like, "Oh, we can take care of Celeste. Iona, they might need you over there."
Okay, are you sure? And she'll hand Nims just some
Kind of basic,
whatever,
yeah.
whatever basic kind of items to like tend to her wounds, and she'd grab her pack and she'd start like power walking behind the guys.
Yeah, we're off fucking running.
Theomir, bring her inside. And he gestures for her to bring inside one of the one that like a desk they can lay her out and try and mind her. And as you guys are leaving, Nem's like, make sure to bring back Keisha. Wait, did I fucking say it wrong? Again?
What would you say our
Keisha, yeah.
preparation level was for this?
I would say
Apocalyptic.
I will ask. I will ask.
All the squirrels.
Oh, sorry. I will say that you guys would only be at a ready
Ready.
at this. You're grabbing what's in your pack. Making sure you've one or two vital things. Sort of along the lines of that.
What level ready are we?
What did I say?
You say ready. There's
I
4
said,
dots.
what did I say? Advanced. No, I said no. Ready. Like preparation level. Ready is the top one. So you've 4 items.
4 items.
Oh, far right. Okay.
Makes
sorry,
sense?
sorry. Yeah.
So the 4 of you gather. 4 of you gather your packs.
Oh shit! Boss fight.
I was going to say, wait for the
Oh yeah.
Why did that not? Did it change the scene for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it didn't for me. What the fuck?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
So you
There's
guys.
a big wall.
I hope the map. Ooh, shit! It's taking a while to load for me. Sorry, guys. 1 second.
Yeah, no, it said that something about like apparently not having a supported.
Yeah,
the
for the
same thing
browser.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's not working for you guys.
No,
Well, I
it's
can see it, but there's a black square for me that's missing.
No, that's fine. That's that's fine. That's supposed to be there. Just act like you don't
Okay.
see that for the moment.
Okay. No, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, totally.
Perfect.
Why is there half naked women?
Wait, hang on.
No, they're
Zoom in.
closed. Oh shit! They
I don't
actually
know.
are. Oh god.
Why are they from Conan the Barbarian?
That's just one of the standard like D&D like tokens.
Horse buddy.
Yikes.
Who with that kind of RP? Jeez.
So okay, let me just get all this set up. Turn down the music a little bit.
Oh, is this where we have the pictures where we can walk around?
No, not quite.
Oh my god, that
Boo.
Boo.
like the pictures.
It's a picture book.
It's like a pop-up book. You're like, oh, scary.
Oh shit. Sorry guys, 1 second. I have to reload my roll 20. So you guys are running through this forest. Night is falling. And
We don't mind as well.
you guys know where this waterfall is. You've probably visited a couple of times since you guys came here. It's like it wasn't contaminated or anything like that. Let me turn on the music a little bit. It potentially is now. But you run up. So let me get to this.
Is there music playing? Like,
So
Yeah, it's eerie.
Creepy, eerie ambiance.
okay,
Spooky.
I've got imagination. I got this.
even though the moon shines high in the sky, the crowns of the trees make it difficult to see clearly where you are walking. Away from the fire, the autumn cold chills your bones and your breath condenses in front of your face. Fortunately, the journey is short. When you emerge from the tree line, what you see is a lake whose waters churn from a cascade of a waterfall about 30 feet high. Here, the moonlight allows you to see what happened clearly. Scattered along your lake shore are a dozen corpses. No trace of Goran or Keisha. The signs of the recent struggle are clear on their bodies, and the nature of their injuries can only lead back to Theomir and his inhuman strength. So you walk up to these bodies. Oh, presumably, sorry, I'm not going to control your characters. Whatever you want to do from here, you tell me.
Oh, it's not railroading us.
Which
Yeah, I would
which
immediately walk
pathway
up
are we
to-
coming from?
Yeah,
Down to the south, sorry.
South.
Yeah, so like here on the. Oh, well, let me ping. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, it's not letting me ping for some reason. Bottom right of the map. Bottom right of the map. You see, like there's a dirt path coming down the bottom right of the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are coming up from this, and you see there's like this small pond, ahead of you with some bodies.
I don't mean to be a dickhead, but how deep is the pond?
You can go
Like,
and find out if you want.
Well, if I can see some bodies in the water, they must be floating. So it's the thing.
Yeah, bodies.
Are they floating?
Bodies floating.
Is it a shadow?
I'd say I would have been here before, so like.
Yeah.
I'll leave
Okay.
before.
Yeah, you can see like it's not probably at the point where the waterfall is actually hitting the water. There's a bit of a churn there. It's probably deepest there, but overall,
Okay.
I don't know. Like it's still you could stand in this. It's probably up to your chest. You know, nothing crazy. Going up.
Go on, last time.
I would just say, see the body that's like on the shore as we come up the path.
Yeah.
Iona would go next to that body and she'd be looking to see the nature of the wounds to see what could have possibly caused them.
So
Jeffrey would also kind of like crouch down with Iona and just be looking at the body.
okay. So
I'll walk just to where the crossroad part is, where the two paths meet, just at the shore, and I kind of look for like footprints. Like how was there many footprints here? Was it a big tussle? Was it just
okay.
And Laszlo would be keeping watch, probably with his hand ready.
You are keeping watch. Okay. So Iona and Jeffrey, I want two of you to make me I think mind checks.
Okay.
I think we'll stick with mind for kind of like determining. I think it makes the most sense. So give me opposition level 5 mind.
Okay.
And Sam.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Sam, what do you were trying to? Oh, you look for footprints.
they look for tracks for like if there was a scuffle, and if so, how many?
So what do we think tracking would be? More determination?
Well, no.
Sorry?
Probably mind as well.
I was thinking, yeah, mind as well. Do you think mind? I'll try and have a study up on that for next if we play another one. So I'm a little bit more sure on these. We'll go for mind.
Mind?
Yeah.
How many?
Opposition level. I'm gonna say 4.
4.
Yeah.
Right. I see nothing. If I make my own tracks.
Sam,
Oh my god, this guy has the same shoe as me. I have the same shoe. Oh my god, there's more over there.
So Sam, it's too difficult to determine quite how many, but you can definitely see that there was numerous tracks, but it's all muddled together a bit, and you can't really distinguish them apart. So the two guys, did you both succeed? Jeffrey and for Iona, you both succeeded, didn't you? Yes, you did. So between the two of you, have a look at this at this body in front of you. You can tell there was all the damage dealt to this person is like blunt force trauma. And there's like shattered bones sort of thing. Like, you know, the head is a little bit caved in some sections. Like pure strength, brute strength is what you're thinking.
Can I ask Iona, because we're both looking at this now, can I kind of turn to Iona and go, when you were, remind me, who was it the one you were treating in Tamir's hands?
Celeste.
Celeste, yeah.
So I kind of look at Iona and says, when you were looking at Celeste, did you notice anything on Tamir other than Celeste?
Oh, would I have noticed anything on Theomir when he was holding her?
I'm assuming his hands would have been kind of like this.
Yeah.
Yes. So you definitely would have seen similar cuts to what was on Celeste, and around these bodies you would find some melee weapons as well. So you would find like knives and stuff like this. You know, like no firearms, but you can see that Tiamir definitely would have had similar cuts to Celeste. Yeah, similar kind of abrasions and some nothing.
Not like this.
Yeah, I was just about to say nothing like what you're seeing here with this with this body.
He too was covered in cuts and things, but nothing quite as gruesome and as brutal as this. You were a fighting man, aren't you?
Yeah. And when you say he was covered in cuts, and did you get a chance to look at his hand, his knuckles?
I would say no. She was more focused on Celeste. No.
I kind of not a snarl, but kind of like a scoff, and kind of just stand up and kind of walk towards where Sam is, to see if he got any information from walking in a circles, following his own footsteps.
I like my shoes.
Stop messing my tracks, guys. I'm trying to look here.
Lazo just said not move, just like, well.
So, Laszlo, while you're there, I'm gonna get you to make me a kind of like want a perception check, but I don't know. Is it mind again?
I'd say
Presence?
perception would be presence.
Presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Presence. Yeah, no, you're right. That makes more sense. Presence. Give me a opposition level 6 presence check.
I'm gonna spend 1 soma to get 4, and then I'm gonna roll. You get how that?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Bang on.
Give me a second. I'm just adjusting my number. Oh, now I've got creepy ambiance.
Nice.
Sorry, it stopped playing after we started.
Oh. Oh.
Oh,
Oh yes.
oh boy.
Damn.
Hey.
Oh.
He has X-ray vision.
It's his glasses.
So, as you were watching out, Laszlo, what do you have a weapon drawn?
Yeah, I've got my
Okay. As you were standing, keeping an eye out, 2 things catch your eye. At the top of the waterfall, you thought you saw some movement, but you also feel like you heard somebody whimpering or like in pain off on the left-hand side.
hand side.
It's a
Whereabouts did you say on the left? Oh God, no.
Like, huh?
He said it's a witch. Left for dead.
Left 4 Dead. Ooh, I'm gonna add that to the, add that to the roster.
Don't forget click this as well.
What you really need is a nemesis, my friend.
Yeah, so you kind of 2 things take your interest.
Oh shit. Okay. Laszlo is gonna obviously see this person on the top of the cliff, and he's gonna say to, is it Sam and Jeffrey next to him?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, guys, we're being watched, and he's gonna point up to the waterfall. And
Okay.
as he's doing that, obviously he hears the whimpering on his left, and he's going to slowly make his way down that path, and this path, I'm assuming.
Oh, okay.
That's what you're on about. With
Yeah.
his pistol drawn and ready.
Okay. And so the rest of you, what are you doing?
Can I try to look up at the waterfall as well then?
Yeah, you make me a presence then.
What's it out of?
What did I say? 6 was it?
Would it be an advantage though, because I've pointed it out as well?
Oh, I'll drop it to 5.
5.
Don't worry, boys. Got you.
That's 3 then. I see it. 3, 6, 2.
So you see a bit of movement, but it's like, remember this, it's like almost 30 feet tall, this waterfall. It's just that bit too difficult. You can spot the movement that Laszlo was on about. You think there is something at the top there, but it's just too difficult to make out from this angle.
Jeffrey would have instinctively followed Laszlo, by the way. Just want to put that out.
Okay.
I'll just keep an eye up there and I'll stick with Iona.
Iona would have
What?
went and checked all the bodies for us. She would have checked, see if they're alive, their pulse, the nature of their wounds.
Okay. You go into the water and all that, all these bodies in the water?
Before she would get into the water, does this water look okay?
Yeah, there's probably some like more blood kind of pooling out from it at the moment. But no, you don't think you're going to get like any sort of, you don't think it's going to be bad for you to step into the water, no.
Okay, that's fine. Then yes, she would get into the water, but she would try and be as quiet as she could considering the current event.
Okay.
She would go and check all the bodies.
Okay. I forgot to show you this actually.
Oh.
It's Vecna.
No, it's just I was messing around. Can you see that? Just another different angle of what you kind of came upon the waterfall. Do you see it now?
No,
No.
No? No?
I'll try to refresh it. Hang on.
nothing horse.
Someone?
Nothing's
Oh, okay.
popping up.
Doesn't matter. It was just another angle. Oh, I can actually
Oh.
Oh,
Just like a
that's
little-
fucking
Oh,
dope.
this is
That's
cool. Oh, this is cool. I like this.
We got
Just-
3D environments and shit.
I was messing around and I managed to get
money
that.
today.
But essentially, don't be looking for the bodies or anything. None of that detail is going to be on this, but it's just like a little perspective.
Behind that tree.
I see Jab's head was like right into the screen.
Checking it out.
So this is kind of what just more of a better idea of what you're kind of walking up onto. So as Iona, you are looking through, wading in the water, and you were kind of looking through a lot of these bodies have very similar wounds to what you've seen on the other on the very first one that you checked. A lot of very physical, like just brute strength damage to a lot of them. And I will say that you were going from one to the other. Is there anything else you're looking out for on these bodies, kind of as you're going through?
She would honestly be going one by one horse, so she'd be going to the nearest body, dragging it to the shore at least.
Okay.
And then one by one checking them, go quick, get another one. She would be doing it that way. Just checking to see if they were alive and checking to see the nature of their wounds, just if it was all like the same or if something else, that kind of thing.
Okay. So yeah, we'll say that you're currently going through. None of them are alive so far. And there's another thing that you maybe your characters would keep in mind as well. With this level, it might be too much, but after a while, usually most people have some sort of blight infection in them. So once they die, eventually fruit and bodies will start to sprout from the bodies, and specifically from the wounds on bodies. So it might be something that your characters might think of in terms of, as I said, when you guys kind of cleared out whatever blight infected were around the train station in the beginning, you bury them deep, like kind of bury them under the ground to prevent them from actually sprouting and infecting the area. So potentially something.
I ask, Horse?
Yep.
I heard you say that earlier about burying. Why wouldn't we cremate them?
That's another one. Yeah, you can cremate them. Yeah, just a lot of the time.
Get rid of it.
I don't want to grow mushrooms. I want to burn them, please.
I guess it's a case of maybe time as well, in terms of not allowing other people to kind of figure out where you are, maybe that sort of stuff. But a lot of times people, that's perfectly fine to cremate them as well. Like that will absolutely kill the blight. Like there's no worry with that. It's just kind of a bit more of a done thing, so you're not giving away your location all the time, is to just bury them as well.
Okay, that's
But
fine.
no, 100% though. Okay, so Lazo, Jeffrey, Sam, you guys are moving over to the left hand side of the map.
It's me and Jeffrey, I think.
Is just you and Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on the coast waiting,
Okay.
keeping it out, watching over Iona.
So as Jeffrey and Laszlo, you guys are walking through, and as you come to the kind of left hand side of the map, you see that there's a little bit more hedgerow, there's a little bit more trees. So you guys, I imagine, weapons drawn, very cautious, kind of coming up to this. As you get closer towards what would be the cliffside, so about here. Oh my god, it won't let me ping anything today. What's going on there? That's so strange.
Oh, I see your ping.
Are you seeing my pings?
Whoever pinged bottom left there, I just saw that.
No.
Yeah, that's me now.
Sorry, I don't know why it's not.
Hold.
Oh
What?
Did I see something?
no, I thought you might have seen something for a second there. I was like, "Ooh."
Oh, that's infected. He's not hiding that from us.
It actually just will not let me ping something. So you see in the water, the body that's kind of closest to the top of the map.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of clearing there on the left. See that?
Yeah.
Oh, here.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So just among some of the hedgerow there, you find a body that's breathing.
Do
Okay.
we recognize the body?
It's
Body the person?
it's difficult at first, but when you kind of maybe clear some of the blood away from him and all this, you can see Goran is lying in a bit of a heap. He looks pretty rough.
What are we talking? Are we talking lacerations? Are we talking brunt trauma like the others, or?
It looks like there's a few bite marks, and it looks like there's some like scrapes and like some cuts along him as well. So
And
he's
do we know from bites how fast roughly it would take for this person to turn.
it varies. So everyone has like a certain intrinsic level when they hit a level, then they will turn. Essentially, they're on the cusp of turning. So it's hard to know. He could be very close. And obviously, when he dies, he will most likely turn then as well, with such a high level in him as well. So it's a little bit risky.
Laszlo crouched down, not like next to him, but like a few feet from him, knowing full well that obviously he didn't bite marks. It clearly means that he is either infected or literally on the cusp of turning.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna say to him like a soft voice, like, "What happened?"
And well, as you guys kind of maybe clear some of the hedgerow around him, he jumps a little bit, like recoils, like, oh god.
When he jumps, Jeffrey would have had his item out, the barbed wire, and he kind of would have just pointed it straight at him, but not, yeah, Barbara, yeah. No, he would have pointed it at him,
Yeah.
not in like a defensive way, but kind of like, don't fucking move.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
More of a threat than anything.
And Goran kind of jokes a little bit. I'm not gone yet. Don't swing. Don't swing yet.
You like as obviously hears him joke about it, and then hears the coughing. He like Laszlo's grip around his pistol kind of like tightens a little bit, fully ready to.
And when he's joking with us, I kind of stern look at him and say, answer his question. What happened?
We were playing by the waterfall, and all of a sudden, another community, I guess, jumped up on us. They had horses. Well, as you can see, they did some damage. Well, I tell you, Tiamir got his good share of them, though. And he's spitting up blood.
Am I noticing any growths on him, like from his wounds or anything?
No, not yet. No. So they took her. They took Keisha, and he grabs onto Jeffrey's arm if he can.
As he does, I immediately react, kind of take my hand away, and kind of bat his hand back as well.
So at that point, Laz was like pointed his gun at Goran on the floor.
And his hands kind of stays hovering in the air, almost reaching out for just like a human touch, as he knows himself he's coming to the end. See, they took Keisha.
Where?
I don't know what for. They grabbed her, and you guys would know Keisha is only a young girl. She's only 12, maybe 10 or 11, 12. She's always been very quiet, though. She's always been a little bit to herself, a little bit just quiet. She doesn't talk very much, or anything like that. But she's been with the community almost the longest. You know, you don't know anyone who's almost been longer than her with the community. She was almost there from the get-go.
At that point, I'll press Barbara down onto his chest, kind of pinning him against the ground. And I just, as Lazarus says as well, I kind of go, where?
I don't know. I don't know who they were. And he's getting
what
weak.
direction did they go?
And as
At this point, Laszlo just kind of don't want to make that much noise.
he goes still.
He goes still.
Do you want to do it or do you want me to do it? He says.
Question.
Yep.
I'm kind of thinking on the roots of kind of like zombie kind of Last of Us era. And I hate to say it, does like dismembering stop turning after death?
It will stop him from becoming a wanderer, yes, but it won't stop the fungus from sprouting.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. So I'll kind of turn to Laszlo, and I see him with his gun pointed,
Hmm.
and I'll kind of like say we can do it that way, and I kind of put my hand on the tip of his gun. I kind of slowly push it out, and I do pull out from my backpack a kind of like machete.
Oh.
I was gonna say that was giving my next gesture because
and I kind of pointed at him, and I say, I don't mind, I'll do it.
Laszlo stands up, looks at him, and just like points. Go for it. He
At
stands
that
up
point,
with the gun,
there's
like,
no hesitation. Once there's kind of like the go ahead, there's no hesitation. I stand up, I take a big swing. It might take 2 or 3, but the head is gone at that point.
And swings ricochet. The sound of your swings maybe ricochet a little bit in the woods, and after a good 2 or 3, you've cut off his head.
And so once that's happened, like Laszlo just goes in peace and just kind of holds the gun and pulls out like a little travel shovel, I guess.
Okay.
At least bury him somewhat, especially since we know him as well. You know?
Did he have anything on him that would like a name tag or anything that would kind of show this is Laszlo type of thing? Not Laszlo, sorry. This is.
What did I do?
Sorry, man. Sorry. That this is what?
Wait a second.
Goran,
Goran. Thank you, Goran. Yeah. Is there anything on him that would kind of symbolize that it's him, like a picture or a watch?
He
or
would
anything?
have a necklace that you would have seen him wearing quite a lot, just like a simple little silver thing, probably in rough condition now, but
I'll
always
pick that
seen
up
him
then
with
and
it.
put it in my pocket then. I'll pick that up and put it in my like front jacket pocket.
Yeah, very nice.
We'll need to
So-
keep it sterilized before we give it to anyone though.
So, as Iona, as you're kind of going through these bodies, as you come closer to some of the bodies that are floating more near the waterfall, the sound of the waterfall is quite loud, as you would expect. But you do, you just get like the ever little kind of faintest hint, like you heard something. Roll me a presence check there. I'm gonna say
Okay.
presence 5.
Whereabouts are we again? Are we like up in this clearing here? Are we?
Yeah.
And Iona or Sam are still kind of like at the crossroads area.
Iona's in the water, kind of going through the bodies, so she would be a little bit closer.
Okay, I pass.
Nice.
5d6.
Well done. Iona, you are very certain you hear just the sliver over the sound of the waterfall cry for help.
Okay, in what direction?
It sounds like almost from the top of the waterfall.
Male or female?
Hard to tell.
Okay, so what body would I be at? That top one on the top left?
Yeah, sorry. Imagine that there's one on the right side. I kind of imagined you were a little more on the right hand side. Say there's a body kind of just directly across from that one.
Okay. Iona would shout over, and she'd probably shout over for Jeffrey. Jeffrey! And she would start dragging this body just to the closest shore.
Yeah.
So you'd be on the opposite shore to where we are now, then, right? Okay.
Yeah. Putting
I
that
would run
blue paint.
towards, kind of like, I kind of run towards the top left shore, kind of looking across, and I kind of like see, and I kind of just throw my hands up and go.
She points up to the top of the waterfall and just starts to make her own way up to the top of this waterfall.
I'd hear her. Would I hear her as well?
Yeah, I think it would be loud enough, unless you're trying to be quiet. But I think if you shout across, yeah, it'd be audible.
Nah,
Well,
she
then
shouted.
Yeah.
When she goes to the shore, then I kind of work my way around to see what, in case there was something up with the body itself. I go over to see what's going on. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, because that's would have stopped what he was doing as well. Because obviously once Jeffrey's gone all that across to boys,
Okay, so Sam makes his way over here to where Iona is. The two, Jeffrey and Laszlo, take the long way. I presume, sorry, you go around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
I'm
there
not-
on the side that we're on? Is there a way up as well, kind of like
it's
circling?
So it is, for a good while, it looks like you'd have to physically climb up. It doesn't look like there's a walkway up.
Right.
So
okay.
you could attempt to climb it, but it doesn't look like there's a walkway up.
How steep is it? Would you say it's like a steep incline, or is it like vertical?
It's just like you'd have to like rock climb up it. Like it's not just like a walk up. So you would have to rock climb up.
Yeah, it's not like just a Okay.
Yeah.
I think Laszlo at that point then, upon seeing that, what about here actually? Now I think about it, that looks kind of like an incline. Was that just the bush that make it?
Where? Sorry.
There, like top left.
I'm not seeing your ping. No, sorry, left side. It's still, that just might be my bad map making. Like that would
okay.
still be quite steep.
Okay, cool. You know, I'll Laszlo would just kind of get up. Probably wouldn't have got a chance to properly bury Goran at this point. To be honest with you. Probably would have just started. He's probably just gonna collapse his shovel and just start jogging around.
Yeah, I think I would have, like, Jeffrey would have immediately, kind of, when he saw Iona kind of point and then move up direction, he would have been, just instinctively just would have ran the long way around.
Unless it would try pace.
So you guys all then make your way around to the side. You can see from the right hand side here, it looks like there's more of a like walkable path to get to the top of this waterfall. What are you doing?
Going up. I had already said that I had started going
Oh, sorry,
up.
my bad.
No, you're all
Yeah.
good.
So, Iona, you were first, then making your way all the top, the rest of the gang. I'd say they're about 15 feet behind you, making their way along. Next would be Sam, and then Jeffrey and Laszlo. As you walk up this hill, some of the tree lines is blocking a little bit of your vision. First thing you notice is there's a more distinct sound as you get closer to the top. It's a sound that you would be familiar with at this point, but a sound that turns your fucking stomach. It's the gnawing, it's the squelching of someone being eaten. And as you crest the top of this hill, or you come to the top of this waterfall, you can see a body on the ground, not one you recognize. They're still just barely moving, just little, almost just involuntary reactions, maybe, like there's a wisp of them still there. And you can see that there are 4 infected gnawing on him as he still moves.
Ooh.
If I'm the first to see this as I'm coming up this hill, I would very quickly but calmly kind of drop into like a squatted crouched position, and I would put my hand back to signal to them to also get down and to be quiet.
So
whereabouts are we then?
you guys are just coming up the hill on the right hand side.
So like around there.
Iona would be there, and you guys are it's just kind of coming up here.
Yeah, cool.
So you see Iona kind of gesture for you to be quiet.
I immediately dropped my crouch.
Okay. Everyone else?
I drop, but I kind of be signaling, be like, what do you see like?
Iona would just tap to her ears and then point over to where the things are. She's
And
not
then
going to speak.
Can I do like a listening check thing then so I can hear?
Yeah, you can all do presence if you want. Whoever wants to.
What's the number?
At this point, it would only be 3.
Oh, I passed.
I need to do
3. Pass.
Yeah. So all your confidence,
I rolled 2 X.
No, you're fine. At this point, you were all confident in the noise that you were hearing is so grotesquely familiar to you all at this point.
Quick one there. What stage of infection are they?
So,
Are they like newly infected or are they fully infected?
So would you know that? I think at this point you'd be able to identify. So these
I'm
are.
sure one. I'm sure one of us would.
Yeah. At this point, 10 years in as well, you'd be very familiar with what is known as wanderers. So wanderers are the first stage, in the sense of they won't have their whole body covered. They can have large segments of their body covered in the blight, but they're nothing kind of spectacular about them in terms of what they can do or anything like that. These are like your bog standard. What happens to somebody when they become infected?
Okay.
And quick question, sorry, just for my own clarification. If it's a heavy infected, they can't see, no? Or can they see?
Guess you'll have to find out.
Glass bottles,
mean-
people in the tunnels were safe. Just throw it that way.
I mean, I might know.
Throw the rabbit! Throw the rabbit!
That's the future.
You
Okay.
have 2, you got spare one.
So I'm going to push you guys now. What are you doing? This guy is potentially still alive? Maybe? You're not too sure at this point.
It's not worth risking our skin
No,
for
it's
some random
definitely not.
person.
No.
But
Iona
at the
has
same
started
time,
to turn back. She is literally, but she's crouching very quietly, turning back down the hill.
but what about like he's gonna as you turn around like start walking? I was like, what if he knows where Keisha is?
That person is dead, and we will be too if we do not leave.
I just turn around after hearing that and I start walking down the hill then.
Roll me stealth checks. I'm going to say...
Presence for stealth.
Fuck.
Or determination, or reaction.
God, I'm not sure
no.
actually, to be honest. Fuck.
2 determination. I have a 3.
I would have used determination for more speech things.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like reaction or presence, maybe.
presence probably makes sense for stealth.
Yeah, I guess presence. Let's go presence.
Shite.
Okay.
Opposition level 5.
Oh.
Somebody-
I'm going to burn a Soma.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
risking it for a chocolate biscuit, guys.
Failed one.
I'm also risking it.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Okay.
Can I have one of
shit.
your numbers just to make that even?
So, I was gonna say nobody asked to roll with an increment there, so that was all just standard rolls, I presume. So,
Yeah.
nothing can benefit poor old Sam. Sam,
It
as
just turned.
as you guys are making your way, trying to sneak away, something shifts or something. Maybe Sam steps on something, a large branch, or
Can of
maybe,
Fanta.
or maybe you slip on. You make a noise, and you see one of these creatures start to shift. What would you like to do?
Cry.
When you say shift, are they like immediately
fair.
walking towards the direction of the noise, or
It is. One of them has stood full up, and its head is slowly turning. and
What's the
looking.
distance between? What's the distance?
You're only about what, 15, 20 feet maybe.
Now, hear me out, guys.
Um,
The last of us prepared us for
Can-
if you throw something.
I'm assuming we're going to be by where the trees are at the side of the hill at this point, yeah? Because if Iona was near the top and she was coming down to us,
But you went up closer to the top to have a look, though.
yeah. So we'd be still
Nice.
around there.
I was thinking you were here.
Yeah, but then we started to move down, so I'd be down at the hill by the tree area then.
But that was with the stealth check, is what I'd say. Your stealth
Yeah,
check was to
so
see
that-
if you moved, but you failed your stealth check.
Well, because where it looks like I'm on a higher ground, I just drop.
Okay.
They can't look up. You just hear a noise.
I'm assuming that me and Jeffrey are down here, like not at the top of the hill, but like kind of halfway up.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were about here maybe.
Just just see rock drop down. It's like
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that Iona and Sam are potential to get seen here. Just as your positioning, Iona was just like a little bit behind where Sam would have been, is how I'm reasoning it. So
Do me
Fair
and
enough.
Aslo see the thing coming towards us? Coming towards, I should say.
probably not actually, because you guys would have went down, would have been a little bit further down, so you might not have even seen that they moved. So you guys have probably continued on further down here.
Yeah, I was thinking. I would have thought he would have fallen. Then I kind of would have sped up a little bit, just
Oh,
to kind of pick him up, because I wouldn't know what they're doing at the moment.
You would
So
have
I went
like
towards Sam to try and pick him up,
shit.
because I have no idea what he's on the floor for right now. I think he just fallen over.
Okay.
I was just about to
That's-
say,
that's-
I am gonna
in
pick
behind
this guy up
Sam,
and be
I'm
like, "What the fuck are you doing right now?"
Okay, so yeah, he walks back up the hill to pick Sam up. Iona, did you hit the ground as well, or what were you kind of?
no,
what
no,
was it?
I
You
would
would've
have
continued.
seen him flatten himself on the ground and would have like grabbed like his arm or something and been like, "Get up and keep moving."
Laszlo's literally just stood in like the middle of his house, like, "What the fuck is going on?"
So I want the three of you to make another check.
I'm burning another soma.
But I will say I'm gonna give you all a disadvantage die here. So that means one of the die. A roll, and how are we gonna do this? Actually, shit.
Don't forget, you can do a roll where it's successful, but you get a penalty as well.
You can. I was gonna say, however many d6 you're rolling, roll one of them separately, and that'll be our disadvantage die. So if that gets a 2, that's considered a failure. A 1 or a 2, that's considered a failure.
I
So-
have to roll though because I'm burning a soma, right?
Oh, is that your max? Is your max the opposition level? So 5. Is it 5? How much? Soma is like you get 1 guaranteed success for each soma you burn. So if we're saying, what do we use for stealth there? Presence, was it?
Presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So what's your presence?
2.
2. You can use 1 soma to bring you to 3. So then you'll roll 1 die, which will be disadvantage, which means a 1 or 2, and you only roll once, and a 1 or 2 will be failure.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna burn the soma so that I had to just roll the 1. I'm not. This is still not good for me. My luck is
I'm
terrible.
just gonna gamble and roll 4 normally, or 3 normally, I should say.
Do it.
Oh my god.
Brave person.
Guys, I swear to God,
And Sam,
somehow-
what do you...
Oh.
Oh! Oh no!
Oh god.
No! That's just a normal failure. That's not like, because all 3 of them are failures doesn't mean it's a big fail. Right?
Oh no, it's just a failure.
It was 1 heard me, 4 heard you.
Sam, you didn't roll for me. Did you roll for me?
No, sorry.
presents, sorry.
Presents for 4, was it?
What did I say? Shit, did I say 4? 5.
with disadvantage. So just remember, guys, we have to survive tonight. If we die, the future didn't happen.
Okay.
So,
So-
Plot armor.
But,
Yeah, but armor helps us here. Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely. So, as Jeffrey is walking back up to grab Sam, you're kind of like keeping an eye on him, and you take your eyes off where they are just for a second, and as soon as you glance back over it, you can just see, maybe through some trees that are just in front of you, you can just see the green and yellow eyes staring straight at you. As you hear it,
Yeah,
you
very
see
scary.
this creature come. You probably couldn't hear that. Discord probably cut it off. But still, did you hear it at all? You probably didn't hear it at all, did you?
No,
Yeah, I
no.
thought so. Yeah, I tried to do a scream. Okay, that's good. This is what's
We're not worthy for
What's
the
the stream
tone
back?
of the infected.
And you see this creature starts running straight towards you.
Straight towards. What position are we in for them to be running towards? So Iona's being at the top.
Yeah,
Then
Iona's kind of
Sam, then me.
first in line.
Oh no.
And would this creature, because it was my failure, would they be closer to me, or would they be?
So it kind of spotted you as you were coming back up. So the creature would still be kind of here about on my ping.
Oh, okay, okay.
If you can see that.
Okay.
So it has like about 10-15 feet to cover before it properly gets this.
Hey.
Now, what are we doing now?
Have I heard this thing scream?
You definitely heard this thing scream. You've all heard this thing scream.
I have like leapt over to Sam and I have grabbed like anything I can grab on him and I run. Just run and I've grabbed him. I'm like dragging him like come on.
She picks me up and I go, "Oh, you strong."
Tough love, let's go.
Lazlo's just stood like in the middle of the hill with his pistol drawn, point up at the top of the hill, trying to cup everyone as they run.
Okay. Okay, so Iona and Sam are running. Jeffrey.
I see this thing running at us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get
I
bit.
would probably take out Barbara again
Okay.
and kind of just start. How steady is the terrain that we walked up?
So it's okay here. Like it's a little bit slanted. Yeah.
It's a little slanted.
Yeah. You would. It was a bit of a slant to actually go up in it. You know what I mean? Because you're going up.
Okay, so I would kind of turn sideways, not fully backwards, but sideways.
Okay.
Kind of like doing like a side shuffle backwards to keep my eye on how close this thing is,
Yeah.
but to make sure we're all running as well at the same time.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you guys start running. Everyone running.
Running.
I'm like,
Okay.
I'm covering everyone else to run past, and then I'm going to start running as well once Jeffrey's next to me, or up in line with me, essentially.
Okay. So you guys start sprinting. You see this one starts moving its way down, and not too far afterwards, you start to see another few start pouring down the top. What was I gonna say? I want you all to make me a body check for when you're sprinting here.
Okay. And what
That's
do we need to
the-
do?
What
Uh,
to say?
I'm gonna say it's a 4.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Two.
I'm gonna.
Do I need to roll?
No, if you have the full amount.
Mine's 5.
Oh!
I'm chilling.
She
Oh,
dragged
no.
me down the hill and we both
I'm
fall
not
down.
good at. I'm not good at running, you guys. I'm just a nurse.
You took me down with you.
Oslo!
Oh, you
It had to happen at
Oh
some point.
my god!
It had to happen at some point. I've been lucky recently. This is
I
time.
hope you can fix my leg after this.
Oh god!
So as you're looking down, Jeffrey is like side standing like a crab to try and keep an eye on them while trying to move. And as you look back towards the wanderers coming towards you, Jeffrey, you glance back towards your group. You see Iona's after flattening on her face, and Laszlo ahead of her is after slipping in some of the mud. You see them on the ground, and you know that they're gonna, like, by the time they stand up, the first one is gonna be upon you.
I'm not gonna.
Oh.
I'm not gonna stand up. I'm gonna like roll onto my back and just point my gun up the hill and start like crawling back slowly, as
Okay.
fast as I can. It's kind of like, fuck. I'm down. I have a ray gun. Revive me is what I'm trying to say.
nice.
Okay, Jeffrey, what are you doing? The first one coming at you. Are you still running, or are you gonna stop?
How close is it to me?
It is still. You're probably still about the 10 feet, 15 feet-ish.
And how far is the next one behind that?
Probably another, probably same 10 feet again. There's a bit of
Are
a
they
gap between them.
Are they fast?
They're fast enough. Like you think by the time you get the guys back on their feet, one will definitely be upon you.
Okay. I think in this instance, I would just literally just turn, because Laszlo's like right beside me, right? Well, scurrying backwards, pointing his gun up the hill, but he'd be fairly close to me, right? Can I just immediately turn, grab him, and pull him up?
Okay.
And then kind of give him a little push. Yeah, just like get the fuck up and give him a little push. Just a light tap to kind of give him a little bit of a boost and say, get the other two while we're all running towards that direction. While, by the way, Barbara is still in the other hand, ready to go.
Yeah, okay. Make me a body check to see if you can hoosh him up. We'll say. We'll say it's a 4, and I won't be too hard.
That's fine, I have a 5.
Okay, so yeah, you fucking no bother. Can grab him one-handed, hoosh him up, and
I
then.
feel like I belong on a fucking coat hanger or something. Then it's like,
Get up, man!
And then is Sam, you were still up. Are you trying to grab Iona, help her up?
Yeah, she grabbed me. I was like, now it's my turn to help you.
And meanwhile, while this is happening, you see this creature, its mouth opens up and it has like this huge like growth on the top of its forehead, like, you know, just a little bit jagged at the top, and some of the strands wrapping down into its mouth and kind of coming around the chest and everything. Like it's a pretty grotesque creature when you get to see it coming at you like this. Okay. Sam, make me a body check as well, please. 4 as well.
go on, Sam, you can do it. Just strong.
5.
Nice.
Perfect. So you grab Iona, help her up, and then you go start sprinting. Anyone else doing anything?
I'd say like I'm after I've been absolutely hoisted by this mountain of a man, I'm going to take a single shot at the one running at us that's closest and see if I can stagger him or cause him to fall.
Okay.
And
Are
then
you going to stop
run.
to shoot, or are you going to shoot and run?
I'm going to like slowly walk backwards.
Okay.
And take one shot and then just turn on my heels and run.
Okay.
After that one shot.
Okay. I'm gonna say opposite level 5.
Is that full body? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm burning a some. Actually, no, I'm gonna burn 2 some. I want to leave.
You can poop will spend in Soma like it's fucking going on.
Yeah, you're fucking making it rain with Soma today, lads.
Yeah. So,
20 Soma is 20 Soma, you know what I mean?
So I gotta roll 1.
Yes.
Don't fail me now. Thank you.
Hey. So you let off. You take out your handgun and you fire. We'll say it's another 3 rounds. Wait, was that with an increment or was that just regular?
That was just regular.
That was just regular. Okay. So yeah, we'll say that you shoot a few rounds. Sorry, and the reason why I've been doing that is like they don't give specific rules around weapons, so I kind of have to figure this out myself. And it's like we can't say every bullet's going to be accurate, so we're going to say like it maybe takes you a few of them and then you land your 3rd shot, sort of thing.
I was just like maybe I'm still recovering, so only 1 out of the 3 hit kind of thing.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like the first 2 actually kind of miss, and then it's the 3rd one or something like that, or the first one hits 2 misses. You know, that sort of thing.
As long as the side effect of making him stumble and fall over like we did. Happy.
So you
Or
land.
stagger.
Yeah, you land a good shot, and you actually land the shot straight to the head, and you see it just collapse to the ground. Boom.
Question: would it trip the one behind him as well, or would it avoid it?
Are you staying to find out?
No, I'm not staying to find out.
If you like to stand still and watch, by all means.
You gonna foot over, buddy? You gonna fall?
No, I've shot my 3 shots and ran, dude.
Okay, so you guys start sprinting, and first one has fallen, second one in the distance, the 3rd one you start to hear some more screams of these creatures. But you manage to, within the tree lines, you know, get into once you leave the kind of lake area, the tree line gets a little bit more thick again, and you manage to lose sight and escape from the other tree. Now, they are still potentially roaming around. You might want to warn your camp about it as well. They could actually come towards your camp. There might be something that comes to your mind. But
I'm also going to check my magazine and my gun as well to see how many rounds I got left over.
yeah, we can talk about how to replenish rounds and stuff like that. There is a mechanic for that. Well, essentially, what I will say for now, you guys have managed to escape and elude these creatures.
So there's 3 creatures now, sorry, not 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you.
So you guys make your way back towards the camp. Maybe a bit of sweat on your foreheads, you know, which you walk back into camp calmly. Everyone gathered around the fire at this point, and they see you coming back. And at first, some of their eyes kind of pick up to see that you guys are back, but very quickly they can tell that we're still missing a few members. Nems approaches you. What happened? Where are they all?
It looks like they were attacked by a different community. There were bodies everywhere. I didn't see Goran and I didn't see Kesha.
When she mentions Goran, I
yeah.
kind of just take out the necklace and I kind of hang it there just for a second, and I will relay the information that Goran told myself and Laszlo to the whole group.
And as soon as you take out the necklace and you're about to start, you see Danica. You see her fall to her knees, her head in her hands, and she's almost rocking forward. No.
I would immediately go over to her horse and like kneel down next to her and put an arm around her.
And
Hand behind me, pull out a smoke.
and Danica would like lean into your hug 100%, and you feel the full weight of her. She's just nearly limp in your hands as she's down, and she just lets it. She's not like absolutely going drastic, but there's a flood of tears coming out.
And
I'll just
Laszlo
quietly hold her.
has a bit of a white lie and says, "Don't worry, he did feel it."
Oh,
Oh yeah, we definitely do not tell him or her.
If
Did you
say
just
that, though,
misgendered him?
if
Sorry,
you
sorry.
say that though, if you say don't worry, he didn't feel a thing, Iona would look up at you and be like, "What do you mean he didn't feel a thing?"
I would literally just hand her the necklace.
You rat yourself out.
And I would say nothing, and I would walk over to Sam and just be like, "Can I have one?" I wouldn't even acknowledge the question. I would hand her the necklace and just walk over to Sam.
Laszlo,
Give my
Laszlo
last
looks up.
second last smoke a bit here.
I'm gonna say Iona's intelligent enough to put the pieces together, and she will just take the necklace and she'll just quietly hand it to Danica.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Laszlo would just look at Iona in the eyes, just shake his head.
Yeah, I think you know when that happened for Iona, I just had like Iona will remember that.
Oh, Iona has it written down on that paper. For next...
God.
Heartbeat.
Doctor's note, Laszlo's a
Betraying
psychopath.
bastard.
Back up, you spooky bitch.
Laszlo would tell you afterwards, but not when Danica's there. She doesn't need to know he got brutally decapitated.
It was fun. It was quick.
It's all good. It's all good.
Only 7 hacks at it. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So once again, Nems is like, oh, what about Keisha? Somebody.
I kind of look up because I never heard this name. Like, who?
No, you would know that. You would know Keisha.
She was probably new, so
No, she was part of the
Still
community.
learning
Like, oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
sure. No, go for it.
that's like where I'll just be like, who? Because obviously I'm only new. I'm still trying to grasp the name and the face.
Kind of look up, and I look at Laszlo, and I kind of give him like a gesture and nod as I go on. Tell him.
He's been taken by another community from around. We don't know who, we don't know where they went, but all we know is that they lost their souls along the way. But we will find her, make sure.
I'd still be kind of asking. Like, I'm like, well, who? Like, who is she? Is she like who? Like, which family
Is it-
does she belong to? Is she a part of a family? Is she like a worker? Is she like an adult? Is what I'm asking. Like,
She's a 12-year-old girl. She's been
Right.
one of the longest members of this.
I hear that, and I just kind of go. I just kind of walk away from everyone just to be on my own for a few.
And when Nems hears this information, yeah, he shakes his head and he goes silent for a moment.
I approach them and I say to him, "Don't worry, I'll go out and first thing in the morning. I'm sure I can find a settlement around here that's close enough situation."
No, you don't understand. Keisha is not only a dear girl from our community, she is also our salvation. I would have preferred not to tell you anything about it. But it's thanks to that girl that the mighty Keeper has allowed us to move safely in these territories. Keisha has the power to control that creature. Now that she's gone, I'm afraid the Keeper's fury may fall upon us. But that's not the only thing that worries me. I don't know what whoever's taken her would do to that poor young girl.
As he says that, Jeffrey will stand up, very angry, and kind of point the half-smoked cigarette in his direction, like, "You waited. You didn't tell us this until now. You kept this from us this whole time."
You didn't need to know. The less the news.
Immediately, when he says you didn't need to know, I'll say, "Bullshit. We needed to know this."
That's what like goes up to Jeffrey and just kind of like puts hands up like, "Now's not the time. We're all going through some shit."
The less of us that knew, the safer she was. How did they... They must know. Whoever's taken her must know. How did they find out?
Could it be possible that there's someone amongst us who's betrayed us? Someone who's given away this information? Who else would have known this, Nims?
No, I no, nobody.
What about Stanislaw? Whatever his name is.
I will say that when Iona mentions that potentially someone has betrayed him, there was like an awkward silence, a pause, as everyone stood around the campfire. Continue now. Sorry, Lazo.
Oh, I was gonna say like he said like trying to think like begins with an S. He
Oh.
was working on the train earlier. Like it's in character. This isn't.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's like Stanislaw. He always seems to. Well, let's say he doesn't seem to be against the blight. Why?
And the Trieste community are actually still there, by the way. So
That's fine.
they and Stanislaw will be like, "Hey, whoa, what? We befriended each other. We're working on this train. Don't accuse us of something like that."
Laszlo just takes a deep breath and just kind of shakes his head at him, and then just turns back to Nen.
I'll come back from after being stepping away, and I say, "Well, you have suggested that things have gone missing before, so why are you backing up now with what you're saying?"
You talking to Stanislaw?
Yeah.
Well, things have gone. You think I sabotaged? You think we sabotaged the train that we're trying to work on together?
No, I'm saying is that you suggested that things have gone missing, like a valve we're looking for now. So why are you saying how things are going missing, but now when it's coming to front of everybody, you're all of a sudden, no, it's nothing there, it's okay. So things are going missing, which is building less lack of trust now with everybody for the group, which is going to divide. And I'm only new to the group, but you need to be working together and being honest with each other. So if you can't be honest with the group, then there's no honesty with the community.
Hearing all this, Jeffrey would be in a rage, and he would use one soma to use a gift. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
And he would go up to Sanizo and use the gift mind game.
Oh.
And so what that does is I can spend one soma to choose from one of the following effects, and I'm going to be using the second effect, which is discover the most intense emotion the individual is feeling, because obviously he's being questioned and everyone's kind of looking at him right now, and I kind of want to see what's his mindset right now. So I grab him and I'd say, "Fucking talk."
And you say fucking talk.
Jeffrey's livid right now. He's just so annoyed at means. He's so annoyed that this information is all just coming out now, and he just wants answers.
Okay. So you see that Stanislaw, he's like, hey, and he has his hands up, and his other community member from Trieste, sorry, I forgot which one of those things, Leonardo, he tries to come between you, like puts a hand in between the two of you. Whoa. It's like, this, there's no need for this. We've already shown, like, we're working together. And as for your ability,
Jeffrey doesn't trust him.
Yeah.
So one hand's on Stanislaw, and the other one whips out the gun and just points at this fella.
Oh Jesus!
Says, now is not the time.
Laszlo
Jeffrey's
gets
pissed,
between,
by the way.
Yeah.
Laszlo gets between you with the gun and Leonardo, because to me, like, Leonardo seems like a kid, not young. Seems younger than most.
So also with your ability, Jeffrey, you can tell just straight fear at the moment. Like, he is terrified for his life, where he thought he was building a friendship with them. You don't get the impression that he's lying.
Okay, so once I get that impression, I kind of have the gun still pointed. I'm kind of looking directly at Stanislaw, and I kind of give him a shrug and say, "Whatever." That's it. Nothing else.
And then Nems kind of after all this, it's like, we need to find out who took her. We need to figure out. Tiamir, where's Tiamir? And he looks around. Tiamir would be in with Celeste, kind of beside, standing watch over her. And somebody goes and grabs Tiamir. Tiamir, is there anything you remember? And Tiamir is shaking his head. Does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask him?
Why are you crying?
Why cry for?
Jeff's way too pissed to ask any questions.
Iona would probably just gently get up from Danica's side, and she'd walk over to, is it Tiranir, did you say?
Sorry, it's like a French name, I think, so it's Tihomir. Tihomir.
Tiomir? We'll go Tiomir.
Tiomir.
That's fine.
Let's have a Timio.
Aodin.
It just sound very Lord of the Rings.
Tiomir, sure.
Yeah.
And she would just, squat down in front of him if he's sitting next to Celeste and go, Tiomir, what happened at the waterfall? Gently just looking at him. What happened?
And he looks you in his eyes. Once again, he's got these big, like, green and, like, specklesy yellow eyes. But, like, they're kind eyes still. And I won't do it, but he's going to say this in his kind of little bit broken speech. He will start to tell you guys, it's like, we were playing at the waterfall, me, Celeste, Goran, and Keisha, and while we were taking turns at the top of the waterfall, some people jumping in, that sort of thing, all of a sudden we heard horses pulled up beside us. A group of 8 men, maybe 7 men, all of a sudden jumped off, and not all of them on their own horses, I should say, jumped off and threatened all of us. They hurt Goran. They threw Goran off the waterfall, and they started taking Keisha Celeste and I started to fight back, and Celeste got hurt, and then I started hurting. I hurt a lot of people, but before I could help Keisha, they'd already taken her on horseback and led her away. But they did say, I overheard somebody say, take her to Coper. Coper. And Laszlo would recognize Coper as the remnants of a city would have been called Coper. With Laszlo, with your kind of previous connections and stuff like this, you would have heard of the Wraiths of Coper, is the name of a settlement that resides around Coper.
So after he tells us that information, Iona would turn back to everyone and say there were 5 bodies in the water. So there's 3 of them that have gotten away and on horses. Horse track should be easy enough to track.
South in the morning.
Way back from my tent.
Stanislaw then points out, if it's Coper, if we can get the train going, the old tracks lead to Coper. If we set them up right. But if we can get that if we can look with the neighboring civilizations, if they're on horseback, we're never catching up on them. Our only chance to actually catch up is going to be if we can get this train going.
Laszlo at this point opens his bag, reaches in for like a map of like the local area, and like he opens up to see if there's like a train repair depot or like a mechanics around, like within like a 5-mile radius.
Yeah. Okay. We'll say that you start to you study the map to see if you can find anyone on that. Anyone else doing anything?
I'm going back to my tent. I'm getting my bag packed, getting ready.
Okay. So you can see, for repair wise, as you kind of study the map, you don't see anything. You don't see any. Well, you see that there is potentially a point not too far away. If you were to follow the train tracks, you could eventually lead to a group of buildings that could potentially be repaired. It doesn't specifically state it on your map, but what is intriguing is that you have heard rumors that there is a settlement based near that kind of group of buildings.
What year would this taken place in? Because really depends on what question I have. Like, when did it happen, kind of thing, at the start?
I'm kind of thinking it's like 2010.
So Yellow Pages would still exist.
If you can find some.
If I could find a Yellow Page, like, look.
Well, you can try. I don't think anyone will hold on to it.
There's probably convenience stores around that I could go have a look in, or.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say that you plan to try and find it. Well, what are you trying to figure out?
Well, I'm using obviously the map itself to kind of figure out where like buildings might be, but I'm gonna look for a Yellow Pages so I can get like addresses and like street names and that kind of stuff. So I've got like more of a specific area rather than just kind of that looks like it could be where there might be a mechanics, or that could be looks like it could be a settlement area, with that kind of stuff.
Okay. So we'll say that you start having a look through some of the buildings to see if you can find anything.
Yeah, because I wouldn't go out of the like the safe zone, so to say, to look for a Yellow bloody Pages.
So as that's happening, Nems starts to talk again. He's like, we have to do what we can to bring her back for the sake of our community, firstly, and just as important, for her sake. I can't imagine anything bad happening to Keisha. And he looks towards Danica. Danica, I'm sorry you lost Goran, and I don't mean to lessen your loss, but we do need to focus. See if we can save that little girl. And that's where we'll end it for today.
Did we level up?
No.
Did we get our Soma back?
Nope. I told you it's hard to get Selma back.
What do I have to do for half a soma?
Sweeten the deal. Right.
That was cool.
That was
That
very
was good.
Yeah.
Very cool.
What you think?
Good. Can't wait. Can't wait to come
Yeah.
back.
You interested in playing again? Like, if you want to play again?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah!
Okay.
It's gonna be like into Obscura all over again. We're gonna start and we're just gonna be like, it's gonna be a one shot. 6 sessions later.
Yeah. No, like I have the guts of like a fleshed out story here. If people are interested in continuing with it, not saying we can go through the full thing, but like if we can, it takes us through like a nice little chunk.
How roughly far did we get in this in this one then? Are we
So
I'm not gonna say we obviously made like a big chunk of it, but like, did we make any progress in it? Or?
you have made decent progress. I thought you get a little bit further. So you kind of have the guts of the one shot done, and then like it kind of leads off. They essentially built this as a one shot. It's called the railway scenario. They built this as a one shot, and then once they released the main book, they actually fleshed it out into like a short story sort of. But no, you guys made some good progress. Yeah, fair play. No, you guys got into it as well. I really appreciate it. That was a lot of fun for me to play as well when people aren't afraid of jumping in. But yeah. Well, if you're interested, if we all say yes,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely again.
Yeah.
100%.
Savage, we can chat about trying to find some other time to play that.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yes, trying to find 5 adults to get
Just
free time to
free time,
align.
Fun thing to do.
After Friday, I have 18 days free, so I'm just
Oh
saying.
shit! Well then, so
One second, let me look at my rotor.
that's an easy one anyway.
Well, Rock's free,
yeah.
so it's just me and Horse now are going to be the issues.
I'm not too bad.
It's going to be me, Alex Horse.
All right, I'm going to finish up the stream here. 1 second. Thank you guys all for watching. Thank you for the follows today, and hope you enjoyed it. Let us know when we're doing another one. Take it easy.
Bye.